Coming to you live from where it all began. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ben.
And we are here to start Return to Night of Zealot on the Arkham LCG, which they're doing a weird rotation thing with it soon. So I thought we could go back to the beginning and enjoy some of these things that are going to be out of the recommended play pool.
Awesome.
Someday.
This is exciting because I've actually played, most of my Arkham experience has been from way back in Core Set, and I'm seeing some of these places seem familiar, so I'm pretty excited to see how it's changed. If we're returning,
if you played in the old school Core Set, you've been to the study before.
I have.
But from there, the house will be a little bit different. And I don't. We'll see how. I think we are setting out to play through this campaign at least. Mm-hmm. If you're up for it. How much more of Arkham we get through, we are playing by ear, I would say.
It's a slow descent to madness, so let's go.
That's right.
I'm stoked.
That's right. And I actually thought it would be cute to play with a very old character and one of the brand new ones from the Drowned City box. So cool. Why don't you tell us who you're playing?
All right, I am playing Roland Banks. I am the Fed. I have a reaction ability. After you defeat an enemy, discover one clue at your location, limit once per round. And my Eldritch effect is +1 for each clue on your location. So I seem to be pretty good at finding clues and beating up enemies. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of health, so I'm looking forward to stomping some critters.
One of my old school faves.
Yeah.
I'm actually, Guardian is my favorite class, and Roland is the OG, so yeah, I've got a soft spot for him.
Sweet. Who are you?
I am a little more experimental as sort of where my head is at. I am playing George Barnaby the Lawyer.
Okay.
Just came out in the Drowned City box. He is weird. He has cards face down. There's already some. It says face down, but you can always look at them, so I'm putting them face up.
Okay, cool.
I have cards beneath him that I can commit to tests. I get more cards beneath him because I have the ability, after you discard a card from your hand, place it face down beneath him, then draw one card. Limit once per phase. And then this weird wrinkle that my max hand size is equal to the number of face down cards beneath him.
Oh.
So I can lean into the Seeker. Sorry, not Seeker. I always get Seeker and Survivor swapped in my head. The Survivor classes cards that let you discard cards to fuel effects, which is something that class does. Mm-hmm. And I kind of get rewarded for doing that because I get to place them underneath him, use them a second time for their skill icons, and draw a card when I do that. But then I have to juggle this fluctuating hand size situation.
Yeah.
I would say, and if you watched, we recently did our card reviews, or at least our highlights from the new box. It was me, Kyle, and Steven, and I'm definitely skeptical about this character, but for that reason, he seemed like a good choice for the short campaign.
Seems like it. Seems cool. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm glad that you're playing him and not me. I'll say. For my return, I'm playing someone I'm relatively familiar with, so I'm happy with that.
Good. Yeah, and we played a few practice turns to brush up, and we played 2 rounds.
Yeah.
To sort of refresh you on the rules of the game and everything, and I made so many misplays. It's in 2 rounds. It was rough, so
it seems like a character that has quite a bit of a curve and doesn't play like everybody else. So you gotta manage your hand a bit more than I do.
I'm so stoked to point a camera at myself and make obvious mistakes.
Yes.
This is
be immortalized forever.
What I've signed up for here. Yeah. Before we dive into reading the intro to the campaign and getting going, let me just suggest that you like the video and subscribe to Optimal Play. We don't have a Patreon or anything, and so we would appreciate your support that way. You have anything to plug these days?
No.
I don't think I like to give the opening to the friends on the channel.
Appreciate it.
Someday.
Yeah, exactly.
When you start your Arkham podcast, because you love it so much.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, I will be reading the intro off my phone because this was on the campaign guide here was on a flimsy pamphlet-style insert that I threw away years ago.
Okay.
So I don't usually like to stare at my phone on our videos, but here we are. Mm-hmm. You and your partners have been investigating strange events taking place in your home city of Arkham, Massachusetts. Over the past few weeks, several townspeople have mysteriously gone missing. Recently, their corpses turned up in the woods, savaged and half-eaten. The police and newspapers have stated that wild animals are responsible, but you believe there's something else going on. You are gathered together at the lead investigator's home. That's you.
Woo!
We're at your house.
Oh, no.
To discuss these bizarre events.
Oh, no.
Yeah, anything weird that happens here is all on you.
Oh, crap. All right. Stay out of the study. Oh, no.
Why don't you, since it's your house, read us the agenda? What's going on?
It is late at night. You are holed up in your study researching the bloody disappearances that have been taking place in the region. A few hours into your research, you hear the sound of strange chanting coming from your parlor down the hall. At the same time, you hear dirt churning, as if something were digging beneath the floor. So, something is trying to get in, and it sounds like there's some people looking for friends that we don't like. I don't like that.
They're not your friends?
Not my friends.
It's your house.
I don't have chanting friends. We put a limit to that, you know.
Oh, okay.
It got weird at one point.
It's a chanting-free household now.
Chanting-free household, yeah, 100%.
All right, the act is Mysterious Gateway. As you leap to investigate, the door to your study vanishes before your eyes, leaving behind a strange gateway to another part of your house. There must be a reason why this is happening. And it tells us our objective is to spend 6 clues, that's 3 times the number of investigators, but only investigators in the guest hall may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. I think the last order of business is to read and flip the study where we start, if you want to take that.
Sure thing. Because I can't read here. You've been investigating the strange events occurring in Arkham for several months now. Your desk is covered in newspaper articles, police reports, and witness accounts. Location. 2 actions, draw 3 cards. Only the lead investigator can activate this ability, so I can do some digging.
It's your study, only you can learn.
It is. Oh, I didn't say this. We also get 1 clue per investigator. And then forced when an enemy attempts to spawn at a location that is not in play, put that location into play and spawn that enemy there.
Right.
So if enemies pop up, they go someplace.
Some distant parts of the house might appear, yeah. And this has different flavor text. It says, it says the door to your study has vanished, leaving in its wake a gateway to another part of your house. So it's, I guess, a little redundant with the other text, but there we have it. I'll point out also, I love these little poker chip investigator tokens I got on Etsy, but I don't have them for the new expansion, so I am playing with William Yorick as my stand-in, my proxy poker chip.
Fair enough. You just need some gray hairs, that's all.
Right, yeah. He's got a beard. He's got a beard. He's, they have a lot in common. or at least they have the beard in common.
The pipe is very present in your photo. I don't know if that's coming. It's very upfront, but I appreciate it.
That's true. That's true. Okay, it's our turn. We'll start with the investigator phase. I suggest that I go first, actually.
Okay,
I think
cool.
based on my opening hand.
I'm into it.
I have a lot of assets I want to play, I think. So I'm going to start by spending 2 on Schaffner's Catalog. This is it's a tome, which I love that them using. The game uses the tome trait all over the place, but to put it on a catalog where you're clipping coupons is something about that I enjoy. This uses 5 secrets, and it gets discarded for play when there are none left. I may spend secrets from this card as resources to pay for item assets played by any investigator at my location.
Oh,
yeah. So I can
sweet.
help you get your weapons and stuff into play so that you can protect me. Seems like a decent arrangement.
I'm into it. Yeah.
For my second action, I can't use them for this, but I will play Lawrence Carlyle. It's a new card that came out with George, clearly meant to go with him. Each block of clay hides all manner of fantastic things. He is sculpting his dreams. This is an ally that gives me +1 intellect and has the reaction after I discard 1 or more cards from my hand during my turn, I can exhaust him to gain a resource.
Oh, okay.
That costs my remaining 3, so I am broke.
Oh, okay.
I don't really actually have a way to discard cards to utilize him this turn, but I do want this +1 as I am going to investigate the study, I think.
Okay.
One of these clues, my last action. So I have 5 against its Shroud of 3. I could commit this from under George, but I think I want it kind of buffing my hand size at the moment, so I'm just going to take this test up by 2.
And nothing bad happens if we fail, so...
Yeah. Correct. That's not... Oh, nothing bad will happen to me. The cultist tokens say if you fail, take 1 horror, but they only have a -1 modifier, so in this case I wouldn't fail.
Okay.
But I drew a 0, so
perfect.
I got a clue. That's my 3 actions, so your turn.
All right. I think I'm gonna get a weapon down.
I can either help or fully pay for it, whatever makes sense to you. I don't I do have one item in my hand, so I could make use of these, but they're not urgent.
I would like to play my 38 special. I don't know if your Macy's catalog has a clipping for that.
Oh,
but
it's weird because this is like the gun that you have customized and is your favorite gun, and yet, yeah, totally, it's 100% off.
damn, that's Schneffner. They got it going on. Well, okay, so it's a weapon only for my deck. It has 4 uses, so 4 ammo spots, and I can spend an ammo to fight, where I get +1 might or combat for this attack. If there are 1 or more clues on your location, I get +3 instead. This attack deals +1 damage. So that seems like
Nice.
a really strong attack and strong
Yep.
way for me to get through some enemies if
Yep.
I need to.
And it works well with what you want to do anyway, which is be fighting where there are clues.
Yeah,
Right.
seems good.
Yep.
Seems good.
Yep.
I think for my second action, I kind of want cards because these aren't all they're good, but it's no money, and I think find your catalog's gonna run out of clippings sooner.
That's
or
true.
later.
That's true. We're more than halfway through it already.
So I'm gonna risk a bad thing and draw some cards for my
right.
last 2 actions.
All right,
See how
go
goes.
for it.
So 1, 2,
No weaknesses?
3.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot that you're using the double action printed on the study. So
I am.
3 cards. Okay,
I am,
I thought
yeah.
in my head it was just 2 regular draw actions.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I should have clarified. Yes, the study. I'm using the study's action to draw 3 cards.
Sweet. Okay, that's the investigator phase then. There are no enemies, so we just upkeep, draw 1 more card,
Okay.
gain a resource. Remember that your default hand size maximum is 8.
It's 8, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be
You're
right there. Right there.
Perfect. Okay. What's under? I'm looking at what's under me. George's signature card lets him swap cards between his hand and his stash. So I've got to always not just look at their icons, but actually consider whether I want them. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the top of a round, so we are going to put a doom out of 1 out of 3 on what's going on. And as the lead investigator, which I guess we've said that because you used the study action.
Yep.
You draw your first encounter card.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Frozen in Fear. Revelation. Put Frozen in Fear in play in your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade, each round it costs 1 additional action.
Yeah.
Forced. At the end of my turn, test 3 will. If I succeed, discard Frozen in Fear. So that's going to be a bit inconvenient for a minute.
A little bit, yeah. I can. You're not. Well, you have 3 willpower.
3.
You're actually better at getting out of that than I would be. But it might take some coordination. It might take some icons to make sure you pass that. Okay, I'm drawing. Well, Ancient Evils. Funny, I said we played a couple practice turns off camera. This was also my draw.
It was.
That adds a second Doom already to our agenda, so we're at 2 out of 3.
Cool.
All right. It always feels nice when you can advance the first act before the first agenda goes off. I don't think we're doing it.
It's not looking great.
No.
That's we can. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. I don't have a lot on my plate. I might end up taking a draw action and then going from there.
Okay. I can't really. I have no buffs for you really, so I'm just still in a building phase, I suppose we could call it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're spending most of your turn playing assets, that's also a good way to not waste actions on Frozen in Fear.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. You want to go ahead?
Okay. Yeah. Of course. So first thing, I'm going to play a Wolf Mask because it's going to be one of my resources. Use this 2 offerings, and I replenish one of these offerings after I engage an enemy, so that'll be good later.
Nice.
And I can spend an offering to get +2 might or evade for a skill test.
Solid.
Which seems like a decent way to start. I am also going to play my Ancestral Token.
Ooh.
So this is 3 cost asset as well.
I can. You want a 1 discount on that?
Yeah,
it's
I
an
can
item,
actually,
right? Yeah, I've got a coupon for ancestral tokens.
It is. Thank you. Thank you. That catalog keeps coming through. So this one, I can, as a reaction, tap or exhaust after I defeat an enemy. Exhaust Ancestral Token. Add a Bless token to the Chaos bag equal to the enemy's printed health.
Nice.
So this will hopefully give us some long-term benefit as we get going. Yep.
And as I refreshed you on the game, I don't think I talked about this, but the 2 horror down here means that you can, when you take horror, you can place them on this card instead of yourself. So it soaks some horror for you. But if you put 2 on there, it'll be discarded from play.
Okay, so
it's kind of like it's giving you +1.
A little bit of a soak.
In a pinch, a little more, yeah.
Little bit. And with my couple of extra bucks here, I can't move because of my frozen in
Right.
fear, but I can try and get that clue token.
Sure.
It's kind of meh.
It's a little risky, but if there's not much of a downside, you could just go for it.
Yeah, I probably would have to discard a card to really make sure, because I only have a 3.
It'd be 3 versus 3.
3 versus
Yeah.
3. Oh, that's not good odds then, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So instead, I have an option. I can either play another weapon, but because this goes away after 4 shots, right?
It doesn't get discarded from play, but it won't serve much purpose, and you could play another card over it, basically.
Okay.
Like in that hand slot.
I see. Yeah, because I could play either another weapon or some tools, but I don't know if I should leave it in play. If the tools are worth it or not.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't really. I don't think it has a black and white answer. Yeah.
That's fine. I think I'm just going to. I don't want to spend all my money. Going broke is my real problem here. So I think. Can I just gain like? Oh wait, gain a buck or something?
You can, yeah, as basic action. Yeah, you can just take a resource.
It doesn't feel the best, but it's better than nothing. So.
Yeah. And then at the end of your turn, you test Frozen in Fear. Right?
Okay. Yes.
Which, if you would like, I can commit a +1 to it from underneath me.
I think I'm going to also discard 1 at least. I'm thinking about discarding 2.
Okay, it's a pretty. So we're playing on standard difficulty. I don't know if I said that.
Mm-hmm.
So being up by 2 is a general good guideline, because there's just like 1 -3, 1 -4 in the auto fail in the bag. So you're up to like over 80% chance of success if you're up by 2.
Okay.
So I guess beyond that, the question is like, how important is this test? How much do you want to really mitigate that 20%? And that's up to you.
Not being frozen in fear seems pretty big to me, so I think I'm gonna commit the 2. So I'm gonna use the an icon from Ready for Anything and an icon for Trusted, which I feel like I would prefer to keep, but I want to get rid of this.
Okay, and I'm going to actually I will put a Grim Resolve into this. It's a skill card that's my signature card. After the skill test resolves, so whether you succeed or fail, I get to do this. I can swap any number of cards beneath me with cards in my hand.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, oh no!
Auto fail.
Auto fail. Well,
not the outcome we wanted. I still get to resolve my skill card.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So there's that.
I probably should have told you before. My luck is horrible. So any game like this where like I'm resolved, like I'm relying on random effects, might be a bit rough.
That's what everyone says, though. Everyone thinks their own luck is terrible.
Just wait. Just you wait. This is your first random game you played with me, so
that is true.
You'll discover it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other game we've played together was Guards of Atlantis, which famously is not random.
Nope. That was great. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a great game. Okay, well, that's annoying.
Yeah, you're telling me.
The card that's in my hand has a discard ability, but it's just for evading enemies. I wish we had drawn an enemy instead of either of these cards we drew. I think we could handle those.
Yep.
I guess I'm going to go out exploring. Worst case scenario, if you draw an enemy, you can probably kill it and gain that clue in the process. So I'm not going to spend time on that. I'll go ahead and go to the guest hall, which says, somehow you've ended up in a completely different part of your house. How did you end up here? This has 1 shroud, 0 clues, and just as investigators at this location cannot take draw actions. Okay. I actually was just talking before I moved about wanting to potentially draw some cards, so I don't think I will stay here. I'm going to go to the bedroom. A shadow dances across the floor beneath the bedroom door as you approach. The bed sheets are tattered, and a strange symbol is drawn on the fabric. Blood pools at the foot of the closet door, and you can hear something chewing inside. You have a fucked up house.
Yeah, this is not me.
This is...
It's the weirdos that chant. That's what I'm telling you.
Do they chant or do they chew? You can't do both.
One then the other, First the chanting, then the chewing. It's really weird combination.
You can't, just like it would be pretty uncouth to chant with their mouth full. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
This is after you fail a skill test while investigating the bedroom. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. That actually would be great.
Seems not bad for you.
I get rewarded for discarding, and I think that it triggers just as well if a bad thing forces me to do it as if I choose to do it. So I'm going to I'm not gonna draw as my last action like I was thinking I might. I'm just gonna investigate. I'm not gonna boost it at all, so if I fail, oh no, I discard a card and trigger my ability, the horror.
Oops.
But I am at 5-3, or 5-2 rather, so I'm pretty likely to succeed.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Let's see, a cultist, which is -1. If you fail, take 1 horror. I don't fail, so I'll just gain a clue.
Great. Love that.
All right, that's our turns. There's still no enemies, so we upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource.
All right.
I have 2 of the same card in hand, always annoying. Well, depending on the card, but... And then when you are ready, we are advancing the agenda. Because we're putting the third Doom on there. Why don't you flip that?
All right. Your house continues to change before your very eyes. The walls have decayed, and the ground in many rooms has turned to dirt. It is almost as if you've been transported somewhere else entirely, although every now and again you recognize elements from your former home. The lead investigator must decide. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. And discarding is not strictly bad for you at this point.
Not bad at all for me.
Actually,
It would be worse for you.
It is worse for me, but I think I'm going to use this again because none of these cards are like super great for me in the moment.
I'm surprised actually that ability, the draw 3 cards printed on the study, isn't once per game. A lot of the time when locations have good things like that, it is once per game. But no, yeah, you could do that again.
Just keep going through my books. I think we're going to discard cards. I think that's going to be our better bet.
It's at random, but I'll just reveal that mine match. So we don't have to randomly decide one of those.
Okay.
It's a discard, so it is going to go beneath my character, and I will draw a card to replace it.
Yeah, I figure a half good ability is better than an all bad ability.
You lose a copy of Daring.
Yeah, that was the one I wanted to keep.
Yeah, it's a good skill card.
But I got weapons, so hopefully, this draws cards. Anyway.
Between your 38 special and your wolf mask, you should be pretty good at taking out enemies should any ever decide to show up.
Yeah.
Before we draw cards, we have Rise of the Ghouls to read. The floor beneath you is giving way, and you see a vast network of tunnels twisting into the darkness below. Shapes and silhouettes of strange creatures move swiftly through the tunnels, trying to find a way up. You probably don't want to be here when they do.
Sounds not great.
Not great. Lead Messier. Draw your card.
Cool. Rotting Remains. Terror Revelation. Test 3 will. For each point you fail by, take a horror.
Oof.
So,
okay. I'm no longer with you. I can't help this time.
All right. That's all right. We'll get there. We're straight up 3-3. We won't get there, and I failed by 2 points.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's not ideal. So I will take 2 of my available 5 horror damage.
Yeah. You could put 1 on the ancestral token if you want to now. Up to you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we'll just do that just to help out because I don't have a ton anyway. So 1 and 1, and that's me. Found Rotting Remains.
I found the first enemy, although it says it's a flesh eater. It spawns in the attic. So like the text on the study says, we're going to drop the attic into play. It's not connected to anything we even are aware of, so I'm just going to kind of have it floating over here with a flesh eater in it for now.
That's a problem for the future.
Yeah, it's got 4 hit points, 4 fights, so pretty tough to kill. It does have a victory point, which we didn't talk about in your refresher, but those are what get converted to experience to upgrade our decks. So,
rad.
Even if we find that in order to complete the scenario, we don't have to go to the attic, that might be a reason we want to.
That is a good reason.
Yeah.
Is victory shared, or is it per investigator?
No, it is shared.
It is shared.
Yep.
Cool.
So if anyone defeats the flesh eater, we will both get an experience point.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the early campaigns in this game, this one included, are stingy with experience. So you do want to get it where you can find it. The more modern campaigns are more generous.
All right, we're gonna hunt that flesh eater later, but once we figure out how to get to my own attic, which I've forgotten how to get to in the moment.
Right.
It's very stressful.
Okay, it's back to our turns.
All right.
So yeah, I got my wish and we drew an enemy, but it wasn't one we can actually utilize for you to gain clues or anything like that.
I wish I drew one. So I think I'm going to draw more cards because these aren't excellent for me right now, and I need to find a way to get rid of this Frozen in Fear. So I'm going to use the Studies action to draw 3 cards with 2 of my actions. And Well, I have a card that I could use, but it's not ideal for because it is great other ways, and I can't get out of this room again. So
yeah, only one action left. Oh, that's obnoxious.
That's really obnoxious.
Sorry.
Can I just draw again?
You sure you could?
It feels like not ideal, but these cards. Oh wait, what's she do? What's she do? That's more defeating enemy stuff. I'm really good at the defeating an enemy stuff. Yeah, I think I just draw another card.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to move.
Hopefully it
after
has
this.
will icons
I know,
on it.
I just
yeah.
got to get out of here. Okay, so yes. So we drew. All right. So now at the end of my round, so I'm going to test for Frozen in Fear again. I am going to use the card I just drew.
Oh, nice.
And it's this other investigator, but you have a little bit of money. I have some money. I feel like resources are still worth it, but getting rid of this might be more important.
I would pitch a second card.
I
just
need to get rid of it.
Frozen
I need to
Fear,
get rid of it. Yeah.
Because the more not only do you like end up wasting actions the longer it sticks around, but you have to take this test more times.
Yeah.
and end up wasting resources or cards that way. Yeah.
Okay. So.
These I pretty recently got these metal chaos tokens. I like them. Ooh, a skull. Skull is -X, where X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. So that's a 0. You're good.
Love it.
Frozen Fear is gone.
All right, let's get out of here.
Well done. Okay.
Gets out of here. This goes over there. Now we're cooking.
I think I will draw a card as my first action.
Yeah.
It's another catalog. I don't know if I'm gonna need another catalog. So maybe.
Items?
Do I want to just... No, I don't think I... Yeah, I'm actually perfectly happy with the forced discard happening here. So I'm, again, I'm not going to boost this. Oh, I'm up by 3 anyway. Okay, so I'm going to investigate up by 3. And... a 0. All right, so I grabbed that clue. And I think for my third action, I will just move back to the guest hall.
Yeah, it seems good.
We are done in the bedroom. All right. That's the round.
Cool.
The only enemy in play has nothing to do, so we will draw a card, gain a resource.
Right.
I drew my oh boy. Okay. I drew my weakness. George has a pretty rough weakness. It is Cast Adrift. If there Revelation, if there are no cards beneath George Barnaby, shuffle this into your deck, so it can't whiff. Otherwise, discard each card beneath George Barnaby. So I just lost all of these, and those limit my hand size. So now I am. Well, let's see. Let me gain my resource for the upkeep phase, and now when my maximum hand size is checked, it is 0. So I have to discard all of these. The bright side is that I am triggering my ability. I get to put one of them beneath George and draw another card, so I will have one card. I think it's this Grim Resolve. It's a wild icon. That's just the best one to have there. And I get to draw a card, so that's a thing that happened. Okay. Well, this is going great.
It's going great.
Like I said, awesome. I was skeptical about this character going in, and this is not selling me on it.
Yeah, you drew a bad thing. It's fine. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this.
At least it's in my discard pile now. It's done. I don't have to worry about it.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's just my basic weakness left. It can't be as bad.
No.
One doom as the Mythos phase starts, and you draw your first encounter card.
Chill from below. Hazard. Test 3 will. For each point you fail by, you must discard 1 card at random from your hand. For each card you cannot discard. That is not my problem. So we just need
All right.
to not get a -2 again.
Right. That's a tablet is a -2.
All right.
And if there's a ghoul enemy at your location, you would take 1 damage. That's not a problem.
Well,
but
that
all
is
right.
not the
2
issue.
random discards. Where are the? I want random discards.
Trade? I would happily trade effects here.
All right. You are losing your other copy of Daring.
Oh, come on!
And a hard boiled. No skill cards for you.
No
my
skill
friend.
cards.
Okay. My encounter card is Crypt Chill. Test Test willpower 4. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control, and if you can't, take 2 damage. So I would lose my catalog to this. That's not the end of the world. Luckily, I've spent almost all the secrets from it.
Yeah.
So I am down by 2 here. I think I fail no matter what. -1. So I definitely fail. I will have to discard my catalog from play.
Not that bad. We got the value out of it at least.
Although I have ways to get value. Basically, all my assets I can throw at things.
Oh,
with
cool.
other cards. So it would have been nice to sit and play and use to like literally attack with this catalog. But
Just start throwing half-used
yeah.
magazines at people.
exactly,
Just throw
exactly. I'm
phone books.
pretty sure it'll scare the ghouls away. Yeah.
It would scare me.
All right, our turn.
Okay, cool.
You are at least no longer frozen in fear.
I am.
We still haven't drawn you any like convenient rats or anything to just kill and get that clue. But
Nope.
do you want to go or should I?
Why don't you go? And that might help inform my
Okay.
turn a little bit here, because I don't have a... I mean, I should get this clue, but that's as far as I got, so...
Right. Okay, I'm so short on cards. I'm gonna draw one.
You can't draw from here, this one.
You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom then. I'm sure I can draw cards in there. As you approach the bathroom door, the weight of the putrid, unnatural air causes you to gag. The guest bathroom looks as though it hasn't been cleaned in years. A viscous green liquid fills the bathtub in the far corner of the room, and mold has grown across the walls. You really need to hire a house cleaner. This has...
It's not my fault. It's the chanters.
I don't think the chanter's chanting is growing mold. Maybe it is. I guess I don't know. I don't know what they're chanting about. Okay, this is forced after you reveal a skull, cultist, tablet, or auto-fail symbol while investigating the bathroom. Lose all remaining actions and end your turn.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have 2 actions left, so I will probably draw a card with one and investigate with the other, so that I'm not risking that.
Okay.
I guess, or maybe draw the card that or play the card that I draw. It's a fingerprint kit. I can't afford it, so I could just gain a resource. I'll do that. I'll take when you're taking all these basic draw and resource actions, that means your game is not going that well.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I don't know if you've played this game Netrunner, but it's usually not a good sign in that game either.
You heard of it once or twice. Basic actions used to be not pretty good in that game.
Yeah, once upon a time. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay, that's my turn. You are up.
My go? Alright, I also want to get this skill. I'm tempted to just pay for it, but I guess I could just pay for it, huh?
Oh, to play an event for the clue?
But it feels like it's better to keep, but I don't have another way to guarantee it, so...
I'm all for it. You have a decent number of resources, and that would allow you to kind of grab that clue and move forward.
Yeah, I think it's better to... I've wasted so many actions in this room, so...
And so what are you playing?
I'm going to play Scene of the Crime. 2 cost, play only as your first action. Discover 1 clue at your location, or 2 clues instead if there's an enemy. So, sadly not, but I will still get my clue here at the Scene of the Crime. And as much as I want to draw more cards, I think you would kill me if I did. So let's mosey on, and I guess we'll hang out in the bathroom. Should I meet you in the bathroom, or do you want to chill in the guest hall?
I think if you hang out in the guest hall, my hope would be that next turn I can pick up both these clues and meet you there, and we can spend them to advance the act.
Well, then should I draw 3 cards?
Oh, because then you could just come there
then I
next
just
time.
move next turn.
That's true. Yeah,
I mean,
if you want to.
I mean...
It's pretty powerful.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. We're using the study again.
All
I
right.
keep discarding cards for stuff.
You've drawn like half your deck that way and hit no weaknesses.
No weaknesses.
That's you said you were unlucky.
Here. That's it. The feds.
All right. There's no enemy actions for the enemy phase, so we go to upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that too. Huh?
And I have to discard down to my current max of 1.
There are weaknesses in this deck, right?
I'm pretty sure, unless you removed them.
Do I lose if I run out of cards?
No, you just reshuffle your deck and take 1 horror.
Oh, that seems good.
Which, considering you have a low threshold of horror, it's a little scary for Roland, but...
Nah.
Yeah.
But then you're recycling the deck. It's just so much better.
It's true, yeah. And although I will also say that assuming your weaknesses aren't like in your threat area at that time, you'll cycle them again too, and your deck will be smaller the second time because you've been playing cards. So you do hit your weaknesses actually more frequently the more you do that.
If they're in play and I reshuffle, is there a loophole?
If they're in play, then yeah, they would not. They would like be not in your next deck.
Okay,
right.
There's a loophole.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So you're now I can't remember your signature Roland weakness's name, the one that forces you to investigate to
cover up.
To clear it. Cover up, that's right. So yeah, just as long as that's in play, you're golden.
Seems okay.
Okay, we are that's right, sorry. I was discarding to my 1 hand size. So I'm gonna discard 2 cards, one of which I'm actually torn about which to put under me. It's going to be this Act of Desperation because I like its icons. Two combat icons. And I draw a card when I do that ability.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I like what I drew. New round. We have 2 Doom on the agenda, and you are drawing...
She's real desperate. The art on this is she's holding a weapon by the barrel and using it as a club. Like, that's...
Yeah, no one taught her how to use a shotgun.
No. It's definitely desperate. As tentacles.
This is the card I was talking about, that what it does is it throws an item. So,
cool. Okay.
So this is what would have let me attack with that catalog had I not lost it to Crypt Chill. Cool. But, you have a cold house. You are drawing an encounter card.
Oh, I am. Oh, no, I forgot about it. Oops. Grave Eater, hey!
Oh my god, you've got an enemy.
Forced after grave... Oh, he comes out.
It goes into your threat area.
Humanoid monster ghoul. Forced after Grave Eater attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand.
I would love that.
It's not going to be around long enough for that. It's got 2 attack, 2 hit points, and 2 health.
Yep, so you can hopefully one-shot it with your gun.
Evade.
Now it's a little bit of a shame that you played that event to get the clue.
No,
but,
I know.
You can't see the future.
Yep.
I found some rotting remains. I have to test willpower. For each point I fail by, take 1 horror. A sickening display of gore causes you to retch. You're glad this wasn't you. I'm testing 2 versus 3. That's not great. But I don't want to pitch any of the cards that are beneath me and shrink my hand size anymore, so I'm just going for it. It's a -1. I fail by 2. I'll take 2 horror.
2 horror? Okay.
Yep. Okay. I have more sanity than you, at least. I have 7.
Okay.
Okay, it is our turns. I think I was going to go first so that when you get to the guest hall, we can spend the clues. That seemed like the plan?
Sure. That seems very reasonable.
Okay. As long as I don't fail.
I didn't take a... Did I take $1? I don't think I took $1.
Oh, yeah, you should. I am risking in the bathroom. I am risking, losing all my actions when I investigate, so there's a chance I'm stuck here. But I will play a fingerprint kit. This uses 3 supplies, and I can spend them to investigate for more intellect and an extra clue. And then I will go ahead and use it. So I'm investigating at 4, 5, 6 to 1. That is more than enough. Oops, I should put that -1 back in the bag. I want that in there. Let's try a 0. Okay, so I will get both of these clues.
Nice.
That was my first action. Well, now I'm doing okay on, I could just use more cards. All right, second action, I will draw a card. It's not bad. Third action, I will move to the guest hall.
Cool.
Your turn.
All right, my first action is going to be to fight the Grave Eater that is here. Yep. This is an engage, right? So after I engage this enemy, I'll get one of these back?
Actually, the engage moment was when it entered your threat area. So if you had been down any at that time, you would have replenished 1 then. Yeah.
Understood. Okay. So I'm definitely going to use my 38 special, and I have no clues there, so it's just going to be a +1 fight. I have a 4 fight, so I am +3 on the Grave Eater. I could use my mask for +2 more, but it seems a bit overkill currently, although it seems like it replenishes pretty
honestly
quick.
I would do it, because if you find yourself needing it again, it's probably replenished.
That's a great point. That's a great point. So I'll spend 2 tokens, so I have a +3 to my 4, so I am attacking at a 7 to its 2, so I think as long as I...
Good.
Yeah, it seems good.
I like your odds.
Yeah. And it does +1 damage as well for my gun.
Perfect. -3, but
right.
You did it, yeah.
That gets us there. So I defeat it. It only has 2 hit points, and when I defeat an enemy, I'm going to exhaust my ancestral token and give us a bless token.
It's a bless per hit point it has, right?
Oh, is it?
Equal to that enemy's printed hit health.
That's even better. And can you remind me what a bless token does?
They, when you draw one during a test, it is a +2, but you draw another token also.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's they after they get drawn, they get removed from the bag. So it's a one-time... Okay. A one-time surprise +2. Yeah,
love it. Seems pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them. I love the playstyle in in Gloomhaven. I also love. It actually even has the same name and it's a similar mechanic, but the Bless and Curse. I love to do something now that may or may not accomplish anything later.
Okay,
it's something that I really like. So I love throwing tokens in the chaos bag.
It seems good. It seems good. I always like more positive things to come from this because not much positivity comes from this bag.
Nope.
So I'm happy with that. I will definitely move in here, but I have one more action too.
And so we could, in the middle of your turn, we could, now that we're both here and have 6 clues between us, we could spend them and advance the act. I don't, so this is the, the first scenario in all of Arkham, although it's the return version. It's been so long since I played it that I don't remember exactly what's going to happen then.
Okay.
There's an argument to, like, we want to do it now to inform what you do on your last action, but also there's anytime you're talking about advancing the act, you have to wonder, like, is it going to spawn an enemy or something, and we're going to wish that we had done it when there were more actions left in the round, right?
Right.
I honestly don't remember what's going to happen or what the answer is. And like I said, I like having someone less familiar with the game along to force to make the decision. So I'll just let you decide when we spend our clues here.
Great.
Basically either now or first thing next round would be.
First thing next round. Right. Monsters can chase you, right? Or
if they have the hunter keyword, yeah.
Okay.
Which a decent number of them do.
Yeah. So I kind of want to play a thing because I'm gonna have to discard cards after this if I don't play a card and have a good card that will help us in the future.
That sounds great.
I think I'm gonna spend 5 and get an ally. And it's a big cost, but I think she's gonna be really good. So it's Greet Wagner. She's the Purifier, ally hunter. I get +1 might. And as another reaction, after I defeat an enemy, I can exhaust her and deal 1 damage to her. She has 3 health. To discover 1 clue at my location.
Yeah, you can go somewhere, take out an enemy, and get 2 clues.
Yeah,
that seems good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even more. 2 clues. Yes, right. Yeah. With that's using my ability for being Roland, but I also have other triggers here. So I think I'm just setting up to be a great monster hunter later.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Now I have the actions next round.
I've included some ability to fight in my deck, but none of it has really panned out as far as not getting discarded from my hand, that kind of thing. So I'm glad that you're well equipped.
Yeah, you know what? You keep digging up clues out of those law books, and I will just hunt the monsters with my resources. So
perfect.
Great.
Love it. Okay. Again, the only enemy is stuck in the attic, so nothing happens. So we will go to upkeep. That is where we ready our exhausted cards and then draw a card, gain a resource.
Perfect.
I have a hand size of 3 to 2, meaning I have to discard once more. Oh man, this is a good card. I guess it's gonna be my Look What I Found, which can go underneath him and draw me a card. Oh boy, it's my leg injury. This is my basic weakness.
What's going on, man?
I know. You've got no weaknesses, and I've gotten all my weaknesses. Go figure. Revelation, put leg injury into your threat area. Leg injury can be healed as if it were a single point of damage on you. Okay. So that's how to get rid of it, is to heal it. Until then, it says, after you take a move, resign, or evade action, you cannot take any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn. So I can't double move, or... Actually, when I do any one of those things, then I can't do any of them anymore. So I can't move and then evade an enemy or anything, because, my leg hurts. I broke it.
Can't move fast. Yeah, makes sense.
I like to think it's just because George is old. It's not like anything happened. He didn't get attacked or anything. He's just got a bum knee.
Okay, all right, fair enough. He can feel the cold coming in.
Exactly. Those crypt chills are really flaring up his arthritis. Okay, it is the top of a new round. We have our. Let's see. These tokens flip to be 2 doom. So three doom, and your encounter card.
The Zealot's Seal. Revelation. Each investigator with 3 or fewer cards in hand must take 1 damage and 1 horror.
Yikes.
Each investigator with 4 or more cards, which is definitely me, test 2 will. Each investigator who fails must discard 2 cards at random from his or her hand.
Jeez, this theme of discarding at random is actually, I think, on all of the cards that were injected by the return thing. That is sort of the part of the remix to this scenario. That didn't used to be here.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem familiar, but it's...
I say it didn't used to be here as if the return box wasn't like a 2018 product or something. It's not new.
It's new to me. All right,
it's new. It's new to you, and it is forgotten by me. Okay, so this affects us both. That's brutal. And it's not even each investigator at the location. It just affects everyone. That's pretty rare.
Each investigator.
Yeah. I have 2 cards in hand, so I'm going to take the damage and horror.
I have to do a test to will here, and I think I might just suffer. I might owe this one. I think this is okay. I don't have damage, so it's not worth me hanging on to this right now, and I'm more set to kill monsters. So I'll add 1.
4 to 2 is a good spot.
4 to 2. I feel better about that. Yeah. So let's see, because I kind of like my cards. spent enough time
It's
drawing
fun.
them.
You're good.
Cool. So
Yeah, you did spend a lot of time in that study.
I've devoted myself to drawing these cards.
I drew Ancient Evils. That's another just straight Doom on the agenda. We are at 4 out of 7, so we gotta keep up the pace.
We gotta move.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the vein of keeping up the pace, it's back to the investigator phase. Do we want to spend the clues?
Yeah, I think we do.
Right.
Do we have to figure out who goes first, though? Right?
We don't. Good question.
I mean, I'm okay because I'm like I want to take out any monsters that may show up.
We'll just. I honestly, this is not a scenario thing. This is just a general rule. I don't remember whether you need to declare whose turn it is before you do that. It's not an action.
Okay.
Like someone's not taking an action here. It's just we can just do it. I think we can kind of do it literally any time, like even before we actually get into someone's turn. So I think we can stay flexible on that.
All right.
I think yell at us in the comments if I'm wrong.
I like flexibility.
So Mysterious Gateway on the back says breaking the wall. The layout of your home is vastly different from its usual structure. Somehow your guest hall seems to have looped around on itself, and you are stuck with no way to enter the main hallway or near the front of the house. You notice that the wall between the guest bedroom and the bathroom is rotted and stained with what appears to be old blood. With no other way to proceed, you have no choice but to bust through the weak, rotted wall. Put the set-aside hole-in-the-wall location. Put into play, rather, the set-aside hole-in-the-wall location. It is here. We'll see how this map grows and whether we need to compress it a little bit. But choose an investigator in the guest hall. The chosen investigator immediately moves into the hole in the wall and reveals it. Then he or she must test willpower 4. For each point that investigator fails by, he or she must discard a random card from his or her hand. I'm not really scared of that, so I could be the one to go in.
You sure?
I will probably end up having to discard my hand, but
that's a big delta for you. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm happy to go in, but I know that your willpower isn't the best, so
True.
I don't want to hose you and make you discard your hand.
It's a card per point you fail by, but I functionally can't fail by more than 2, so it doesn't really matter that my will sucks because I only have 2 cards, and then I will trigger my ability, draw a new one, get one beneath me. It seems like I can't. You could end up discarding as many as 4 cards. I think that'd be worse.
That's true. And I do have some ones that are really solid too.
So the hole in the wall says, "I need this like I need a hole in my wall." The walls of your house are splattered with mud and your hardwood floor is gone, replaced with a dirt path. So this effect moved me in here, so it's not an action or anything. It has 0 clues on it, 1 shroud, and says forced. After you reveal this location, put the set-aside attic, cellar, and parlor locations into play. So we have the attic. We can see that it connects, so now we know how to get to this flesh eater.
Okay.
The parlor, I think that basically this row are all going to connect to this hallway. So this parlor does connect to the hallway here.
Okay.
And what was the last one? The cellar. Here we go. Here is a cellar.
Okay.
And the returned version of the scenario actually has multiple versions of some of these locations that I selected at random before we started. So
Cool.
so there's some variability to what could even be in there. Okay. Then I just have to do that willpower 4 test.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm at 2 against 4.
Oh, and this is the Mythos phase, right? So this is triggering for the Mythos phase, or is this no?
I was thinking of it as
We're
like
in
the start
action.
of the investigator
That
phase.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I drew the auto fail. So my turn to be unlucky. But I can only lose the 2 cards. I will discard them both. I will choose Artistic Inspiration to go beneath George. I lose the other one, but I trigger my ability at drawing a card. Oh man, where was this a minute ago? Okay. Then would you read us the next act?
Of course. The barrier. A glowing barrier blocks the path to your parlor. As you move toward it, intense heat forces you to back away. Picking up a handful of dirt, you toss it at the barrier and watch in horror as the dirt incinerates. Perhaps there's something in the cellar or attic that can help. Objective. When the round ends, investigators in the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues to advance. And it's 3 per investigator. So we need to spend 6 clues again out of the hallway.
Speaking of which, we need to discard those 6 clues that we spent a moment ago.
Oh, man.
I had not yet.
That's fair. I hadn't either.
Okay, and then that one actually, unlike the last one, this one says when the round ends is the time to do it. So we can't. So it's less flexible. We need to end a round all in the hallway to spend those clues together.
Okay.
All right. So that all happened, and now we can figure out what we're doing.
think I can I can do a lot to this Flesh Eater and acquire clues there. And
Yeah.
I think trying to
Seems
defeat
good.
an enemy is kind of my whole
It is
shtick.
2 movements from you, so if you can't kill it, if you don't think you can one-shot it, maybe you don't want to like move in
I see.
with
it has
1 action
4
left,
hit
right?
points?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can only do... Yeah, okay, so that's fair. So I can only do 2 damage to that. So maybe I do want to hold off. So that's fine. So I'm going to spend an action to go here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to... do you have an ally in your hand by any chance?
I don't.
Okay.
No, just the one. Oh, and if you're talking about monumental speech, motivational speech. That's the one. What was I gonna say? Oh, we both already have allies in play, so it's probably unlikely to be useful at this point. So you could just
good
use that
catch.
for its icons at some point.
Catch.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless like we draw another copy of it, then like if I draw another copy and I want to use it to soak a damage and horror and then play another one or something. But for the most part, I would say feel free to use that for its icons.
Good to know. Thank you for that heads up. Well, this other card that I thought I had it in my hand. Maybe I lost it at some point. Well,
You've lost a lot of cards.
I have lost some cards. Okay, so I might just do this and kind of keep this rolling since I'm looking to defeat an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend my last 2 dollary dues. Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to spend my last 2...
That's comforting.
Yeah. I'm going to spend my last $2 for dissection tools, and it's a reaction after an enemy is defeated. I place 1 resource on here. And dissection tools gets better the more evidence that I have. So with 1 evidence, it gives me +1 evade. With 2 or more, it gives me +1 might. And if I have 3 or more, it additionally gets me +1 sanity. So
Very nice for you.
yeah, something. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep the monster machine going.
Mm-hmm.
And for my last action, because I am poor now, we're going to take $1 back.
I like it.
And do the things. All right, that's me.
Okay. Well, I think I probably want to chase down some clues, but I definitely don't want to go into the attic where that Flesh Eater is. So I guess I am... Oh, by the way, we put the parlor into play. I forgot to read it. It has some not just flavor text, but some important text that says the entrance to the parlor is blocked by a darkly glowing, unfathomable barrier. You cannot move into the parlor.
Oh, makes sense.
So
okay.
it's in play, but inaccessible until some game effect tells us otherwise.
Okay.
So it stands to reason we can probably get all the clues we need in these other 2 spots. So why don't I move to the cell? Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll move in first and then decide if I'm going to draw cards or what. Mm-hmm. All right, the cellar. The stairs leading down to your cellar are slick and they glisten with a thin layer of ice. This has 4 clues on it. 4 shroud. Your cellar seems to have been replaced with an underground network of icy tunnels and caverns. The cold chills you to the core. This says after you enter the cellar, take 1 damage. So I guess I'm damaged. I fall down the stairs. And this has a victory point on it, which, similar to enemies, that converts to an experience point if we earn it. The way we earn it on a location is to get all the clues off of that location.
Okay, cool.
So I will work on that right now, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
Why don't I... I'm going to draw a card for my second action, because I have 1 card in hand, and that doesn't feel great. Ooh. That's fun. Okay, but then I think as my third action, I will investigate using my fingerprint kit. So I am at 4, 5, 6 versus a shroud of 4. And there's 2 clues on the line. I don't want to waste this, so let me pitch. I guess I'll just go ahead and put look what I found into this test for another 2 icons. So it's 8 to 4.
Seems good.
Yep.
Seems real good. I like that now you're rolling with your ability a little bit. You're getting a lot of flexibility now.
It's starting to get somewhere.
Yeah.
-1. All right, I'm good. I got 2 clues. That was my last action, and you had gone first, right? So that's the round. Yet again, the only enemy is the Flesh Eater, and it's connected to our part of the house now, but it doesn't hunt. And so we can go to upkeep. Ready your cards if you have any exhausted. Draw a card, gain a resource.
Oh, yeah.
I, for
first,
once, have 3 cards in hand and a max hand size of 3, so...
Still no weakness. The end of the game might be tough.
yeah. Probably don't opt into any more triple card draws.
No.
All right, Doom number 5 on the agenda, and you're drawing an encounter card.
Sure am. Hey, Hey, another monster. Icy Ghoul spawns in the cellar.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's my problem.
Yeah, it is your problem.
Okay.
Good news, bad news.
Yeah. Huh.
Does this go to you?
Yeah, it spawns here, and then since I'm there, it will engage me. Yeah.
Got it.
You don't love that.
No. No.
Inside the tunnels beneath the house, a massive beast tears its way out of the ice. It is covered in a thick layer of frost, its breath visible in the bitter cold.
no.
I like that since it spawns in the cellar, it can write flavor text that corresponds with the cellar.
Yes.
Thankfully, I did not draw another enemy. I drew the Zealot's Seal, though. This is, again, hits us both. I have 3 or fewer cards in hand, so I take 1 damage, 1 horror. That is getting to be a problem.
Oh, no, that's real bad.
Yeah. And do you have 4 or more cards in hand?
I do.
Then you are taking this Willpower 2 test to see whether you have to discard 2 at random.
Oh, this thing again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Willpower 2, you said?
Yeah. That scenario is tougher than I remember.
So, because of that guidance, I'm going to discard that. Or I'm going to discard the motivational speech for the will.
It took me a second there. You were referring to my advice. There's a card called Guidance.
Oh,
It threw me off.
Yeah, that makes sense. That seems good. I don't think it's worth using it for this. I'm just gonna roll with it. So I'm at 4 and this is testing at 2.
Yep.
So I think I'm okay with this. Famous last words. +1.
+1. You're golden.
That's great.
All right. Okay, we're going into our turns. We have some decisions because I don't think that I have a very good way to deal with this Icy Ghoul. I might need you to come help.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
If I were to try to evade it, well, I mean, I have all these icons I could pitch, so I might be able to evade it and run away, but
I can probably deal with it this turn.
I also couldn't evade it and leave because of my leg injury.
Oh,
So-
yeah. You're 2 damage.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come in and take care of that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to spend my first action to move into the cellar. How do I engage that enemy?
So it's an action to engage it off of me. You also can attack it. You can attack it even though it's in my threat area.
Oh.
But if you fail the test, the damage you would have dealt to it goes to me. You miss it and shoot me instead is what happens.
All right. I actually think I'm okay because my firearm with the clues in the cellar makes it so I have a really good shot of hitting it.
Right. Yeah, it's
And I have 2 actions.
It's only 3 fight. Yeah, like I'm comfortable with you with you shooting in my general direction if you're like up by 4.
Cool.
Do you have a vicious blow in hand? If so, you could make it a 1, right? A 3 damage attack.
3. Well, I'm gonna have to attack it twice anyway. Right?
Oh, I was getting its 3 fight confused with its 4 hit points. Yeah, you're right. It does take 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like where your head's at, but I think for at least the first attack, I'm just gonna use my gun here.
That seems good.
So second action, I'm going to attack with my roll in special. Oh, but I didn't engage, so my wolf mask isn't fit.
Oh, that's true. That would be an upside to you taking the action to engage it, but it would probably end up attacking you because I don't think you'd have enough
I wouldn't be able
actions
to
kill it.
Yeah. So I'll use the special, which is +3. Greet Wagner gets me +1. So I'm at 3, 4. I can't do math. I'm at 8, and this is at a 4. So I think I'm kind of okay. I don't think I want to use a wolf mask for this right quite yet.
Don't shoot me in the face, but other than that,
Do my best.
yeah.
Doing my best.
The tablet is -2, so you're okay. It does say if there's a ghoul enemy at your location, take 1 damage. So I think you take a damage.
I do
because it's in my threat area, but it's at your location.
That's fair enough. I accept the consequences of my actions, so we'll take
but you've dealt 2 damage to it, right? Your gun did +1.
I did do +1.
Love that.
So 2 damage to it, and I have another action. This is gone. So I kind of think I just shoot it again and use my gun again. I just need to get rid of it.
Yep.
And then it gives us a bunch of stuff when it dies. So let's do it again. I'll attack again. Just use the gun. I'm at 8 to its 4.
Cool.
And I got a bunch of good stuff. So this could be. Hopefully this works.
Skull is minus the number of ghouls at your location. -1.
Great.
You're golden. All right.
Solid.
Yeah, you've defeated it.
So
this will go into our victory display, where its victory point will count at the end of the game. So that's awesome.
Excellent.
You have a number of effects to trigger, I think?
I do. I have some reactions. So first thing, we'll use Greet. After I defeat an enemy, exhaust her and deal 1 damage. Discover 1 clue at your location. So she will take 1 out of 3. So she can do that a couple more times. And that's going to give me a clue at the location. I will use the ancestral token to exhaust, and I put tokens, blessed tokens, equal to the number of hit points.
It had 4.
So we're gonna get 4 more, and we have 2
That's amazing.
already. So we have 6 blesses in this bag, which seems really good. I will also use my dissection.
I forgot about that.
I did it. We're discovering. We're researching.
Well, you cut off some of its ice.
Yeah, exactly. And so the dissection tools will give me some evidence, and that will now give me +1 evade for the rest of the game. So that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, you know what? Glory. I did it all for the glory.
Whoa!
So we're gonna spend $1, play after you defeat an enemy, draw 2 cards. Ding, ding, ding. We got it. And I'm taking a risk, still not hitting my weaknesses. Wow. I'm a machine.
Love that.
That turns. Yeah. Okay. Great. This is great. So I'm good. I feel good about this.
I don't think you're good yet. You haven't done the reaction printed on Roland himself.
Oh crap! That's right.
You get another clue.
I have more. I get another clue. I exhaust. I'm not going to do that. This is effort.
I don't. You never exhaust these. You kind of just make a mental note that it's the once per round. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Cool. So we take the other clue. So I've also freed you up.
Yeah. You saved my life.
Right.
Killed an enemy worth a victory point and got 2 clues from a high shroud location. I'd call that pretty good.
And added a bunch of good stuff to the bag.
That's true too. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna have as good a turn, but I'm glad my turn would have been worse if this enemy was on me.
For real.
I'm gonna move back to the hallway. That's as far as I can go because of my leg injury.
Do you have a way to heal your leg injury?
I don't think I do.
Ew.
If I had known that would be my basic weakness, I would have put bandages in, which is a good healing card in the Seeker faction. Mm-hmm. I might be living with this the rest of the game. We'll see.
Great.
Just limping around the house.
Do I have a way to heal your leg injury?
I don't know.
Great.
It's also feasible in the scenario that even I'm not all that familiar with off the top of my head that some locations have built-in ways. We'll see. We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you have like a first aid closet in your house?
Normally I have an answer, but today things are a little bit haywire, so I don't know what we got in stock.
Valid.
See if we have bandages somewhere.
All right. And this is not. We don't have to do anything, but we earn another experience point from you clearing that location too. That was a 2 experience point action. Mm-hmm. 2 that killing blow. That's pretty good.
That's great.
Pretty good. Okay. So I've moved. Boy. I don't really know what I'm doing with myself actually. So why don't I draw a card as my second action? Mm-hmm. That's a good card, but not for this moment. And I'm like over my tiny hand size already, so I guess I'm just gonna gain a resource. That's a pretty. After you had all those fireworks, pretty underwhelming turn for me.
Yeah. Okay, so your leg injury doesn't take an extra action; it just limits how much you can move.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. And really, here I don't think it really did anything to me here because I didn't want to charge in and be alone with the flesh eater anyway.
No.
Yeah. Okay, that's my turn. There are no enemies that need to act, so you can ready your cards, draw a card, gain a resource.
All right.
I have 5 cards to my hand size of 3, so again, I am discarding.
Card. We're doing it. We're going the distance.
I'm going to discard a Resourceful and a Glimmer of Hope. Put the Resourceful under George. Draw a card. All right. Hey, I got a weapon.
That's good.
Yeah, might come in handy. And I can fight. My leg injury doesn't stop me from shooting my little gun.
Good.
My cute little Derringer fits in my purse.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. All right, we are at 6 Doom out of 7 on the agenda.
Your gentleman feels like someone who would he needs I don't know. The little Derringer seems very cute.
Yeah,
it's a very cute.
I feel like it's a
option.
style. I feel like it's a style.
I like that.
Yeah. He's got a carved out little gun shaped insert in his book for it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Okay, I added the Doom already. That's 6 out of 7. You have an encounter card.
Oh yeah. Grave Eater. We got another monster. Oh, this is like what I fought earlier.
Yeah.
So after Grave Eater attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand. It has 2 might, 2 hit points to evade. Its position was a kind of crouch, and as one looked... I can't read. How did I suddenly lose all ability? Its position was a kind of crouch, and as one looked, one felt that any moment it might drop its present prey and seek a juicier morsel.
I'm not a fan of the when the game uses direct Lovecraft quotes. Yeah. Like it does lend some authenticity to what the story they're telling within the game, but it's never as it's always like a mouthful.
Yeah.
It's hard to read.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm like, this is like well written, but for that's tough.
It's of another era. Yeah.
Does this go here?
It goes in your threat area.
So does that mean I get a?
It will replenish your wolf mask. Yeah,
Dope.
You just engage an enemy. I drew Chill from Below. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, you must discard 1 card at random from your hand. For each you cannot discard, take 1 damage. Well, I'm not going to risk taking damage, which is good because I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I just let's see. Oh no, I'm making a mess here. This was 4 horror on me. I'm looking at the icons I could play from under me. This Grim Resolve under me would let me then do the card swap thing, which is kind of cool. Artistic inspiration works on any skill test. I would like to get that into play. Okay, I'm going to commit Grim Resolve to this from underneath me. So that's a wild icon, putting me at 3/3. I'm just hoping that effectively reduces the number of cards I have to discard by 1, and also I can use its text. Okay, 3, Bless. Oh, I'm up to 5 now and still drawing. And a 0. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I actually wasted the Bless then, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yep, we got more.
And then I can use Grim Resolve's text to swap any number of cards between my hand and underneath George Barnaby. So, like, Deduction is a skill card that's just as good underneath him as my hand, so I will take Artistic Inspiration back. And as this fingerprint kit is empty, I think that throwing it with an act of desperation is pretty appealing. So let me swap. I'll swap this card for it. That's pretty cool. I having this as kind of like an extended hand that when I use my signature card, I can swap back and forth. That is cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
This character's growing on me. Okay, so let's see. With those in my hand, I'm looking at whether I could handle this Flesh Eater.
Yeah.
I could move in. I could throw my fingerprint kit at it. That would attack it for plus combat equal to the cost of the asset that I use. So I would probably hit it, but it is just +1 damage. So I'd be doing 2 to it. That leaves. You can double. Oh, you have a Graveyard on you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could move in with 1 action left to finish it off if I dealt 2 damage to it, but you have your own problems.
Yeah.
Maybe I just stall here for a turn.
Next turn, I would feel much better about it. This turn's a bit tougher.
Yeah, that's no problem. I am going to. Why don't I just gain a resource, and then I'm going to use 2 of them to play Artistic Inspiration. This is a talent that uses 1 inspiration. I can exhaust it and discard a card from my hand to replenish it. Finally, I have a way to, at will, trigger my ability, which gains a resource from Lawrence. Like, that's what was missing, was a way to do this when I wanted to. And I can spend the inspiration from it to add +1 or -1 to a skill test after I draw the token.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, and it's any skill test, so like that could even help me if I do end up fighting a ghoul or something.
You also can evade that really easily, too.
I forgot about that. Maybe I want to move in and
with
evade
your leg
it.
injury, it makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah, if I move, then I can't evade that round.
That's the only concern.
It would hit me. I don't want to take a damage and 2 horror right now with already 4 horror on me.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Okay, so my third action will just be, speaking of dealing with a ghoul, to play my Derringer. It's 41 Derringer. It uses 3 ammo. When I spend an ammo from it, I fight. I get +2 to the attack, and if I succeed by 2 or more, it deals +1 damage. I do have to. So it's still better. Like, it would be great against your Grave Eater.
It would be.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that's not my problem. It's yours. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. We drew these are the bad cards. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
All right, so I think I am going to shoot the Grave Eater.
Okay.
It's gonna be my last charge from the gun, but I think that's okay. So
you get the smaller boost because there's no clues, but it's 2 fight. You're probably fine.
yeah, and it's still 2 damage, which is the other thing.
Yep.
It's saving me an action.
Yep.
So +1, and we're getting +2 because of Greet, and I could use this just to make sure.
At this point, you're at 6 to 2, which is kind of the best you can do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So we'll just stick with that.
Skull. That's minus the number of ghouls at your location, so you are good.
the one.
Yep.
So we will take care of that. We don't get quite as many good triggers, but we'll still take the Ancestral Token to get two more blesses back,
Love it.
back in the bag. And we'll take the Skull as well over here. And then I will also... Oh, does this go away?
It doesn't, but you can just play a new card in your hand slot and discard it at that time.
Okay. And then I also use the Dissection Tools, and now the Dissection Tools is giving me +1 might as well, which is pretty good.
So does it exhaust when it gains an evidence?
That's what I have to do to get it.
Huh, okay.
After an enemy is defeated, place 1 resource.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't exhaust.
That's not an exhaust.
That symbol just means it's a reaction.
Okay, okay, understood.
This does exhaust. It says so in the text.
Got it.
I actually wish that, especially since I played Magic for many years, I wish that it would use a symbol.
Yeah.
For exhaust instead of it being sometimes the 10th word of the ability.
Oh yeah, this is the same exhaust there too. Okay,
Yep.
so I just misread that. That's fine. So that was one action. My second action is going to be to go into the hallway.
Hello, friend.
Hello. And my third action is we are going to stand together.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're going to each gain some money.
I love that.
Yeah, we each gain $2. So choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources. And they won't take us down that easily. So
Love it.
I think it's good.
Okay, boy, we're advancing the agenda again this round. But
I know, that's the concern.
First, we do our upkeep
I love
phase.
it.
So, ready your card, draw a card, gain a resource.
Draw a card. We're still good.
I am okay on hand size. 3 cards in each.
That's limited. I see. Okay.
Yeah. You only have 1 accessory slot.
Yeah.
If you drew your second copy of that and were hoping you could have both, unfortunately,
this
no.
so good.
Yep. There are ways to get multiple accessory slots, but I don't know if it's worth it just for that. But
No.
as you upgrade your deck, it's something you could think about if you want to. Okay. We have 7 Doom on the agenda. Why don't you flip that card and tell us what we've won?
Rise of the Ghouls.
Flip it.
Oh. A feral beast, roughly humanoid with a canine cast and hooves for feet, tears through the ground in front of you. Below the floor, you can see vast tunnels beneath your house. Fiendish howling echoes from deep within the underground caverns. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck.
Okay.
Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy. So
I am most sad that we're shuffling this back in because we've seen so many copies of that terrible treachery that hits us both, and now they're back in.
Yeah.
I think there were only 2 copies of it, so I was like, yes, those are behind us, and here we are.
Nope, not
back
today.
in play. Okay, so we are discarding until we hit a ghoul, and then thankfully you're the lead investigator, so you will draw it.
Yes.
All right. Here goes nothing. Oh, hey, we're discarding 1 copy of the Zealot Seal. You love to see that. Oh, boy. There's a Grave Eater for you.
Oh, another one. All right.
It's back.
It's back.
Yeah, ghouls do tend to rise from the grave, I think. That's kind of their shtick.
Okay.
All right. The new agenda, the last agenda in the stack is they're getting out. You hear a crazed howl outside, and suddenly all the creatures turn their attention to that sound. They rush to escape the house, breaking down doors and clawing at everything in their way. Forced, at the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. So each enemy phase, they're all sprinting towards the parlor. And we cannot enter, but nothing is stopping them from going in.
Okay.
If they were like in the hallway with us, they would actually move into the parlor. At the end of the round, place 1 Doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or parlor. So 10 Doom threshold, but it could be multiple per round.
That's a problem.
Yeah, we gotta control those ghouls.
And that includes this one that is with me?
Yes, but it's in the enemy phase. So we have a whole round of our turns before that will happen.
But they disengage. Okay, cool.
Okay, you still need to draw an encounter card now.
Ooh, Ancient Evils. Place 1 Doom on the current
This is,
agenda.
we're not moving fast enough here.
No,
Man.
we're not.
Okay.
We're really not.
And mine is Rotting Remains. Test willpower for each point you fail by take a horror. This is actually scary. I have only 3 sanity left. This won't defeat me because worst case scenario, I put 1 on Lawrence and take him down.
It's good.
We're in the same location. Do you have any willpower icons you could toss me?
Oh, that's right. I can do that.
I have none.
Yes,
actually.
I do actually. Here you go.
Thanks. Okay, so that puts me at 3-3. The blesses could very well save my life here. But assuming I'm not going to have my life saved, I will pitch Take Heart. This has no icons on it, and it actually only matters if the test fails. If it does, then I get to draw 2 cards and gain 2 resources.
Oh, neat.
So, yeah, hoping for like a fail by 1 maybe to make that worthwhile. All right, so 3-3. I drew a bless. Hell yeah! That was a great time to draw that, and then a skull -1 because
Awesome.
okay. So I managed to waste take heart, but I'm not mad because I passed this test
Yeah.
thanks to the bless and your icon, and I did not lose any. Oops, sorry, that bless comes out. Thank you. And I did not lose any sanity. I feel great about that. Okay. Let's see.
I have an idea.
I do too, but you say yours first.
I realize I am going to be an action short because I don't have a way to deal 2 damage to that. Wait, do I have a way to deal 2 damage? So, okay, we're back to plan A. So I can take this out and then try and move to over there and evade the Flesh Eater.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Because then it disables it for both of us, right? Because
Yeah.
I think I need you in there. Like, we need to get clues. Like, we need speed, and pace is my priority right now.
My idea was, like, I do have this active desperation in hand that lets me do a decent attack by throwing one of my items. I could kill your Grave Eater, freeing you up to take all of your actions.
Oh.
So that's another route. You don't currently have a weapon with any ammo in play to, like, move in and kill that Flesh Eater all in one round.
I think I don't have a way to... I'm an action short. Unless you can help me play a card. I think I'm an action short. And I just need the action to play it. I'm a bit short on damage.
I don't think there's anything I can do in that respect.
Unless you think you can do 1 damage to that. Can you attack this, move, and attack that once?
Actually, yes, I can.
Will you be able to kill this and then move and attack?
Try that. I should. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is a great plan.
Okay, cool.
I like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I have both of my cards in hand are basically attack events functionally. One of them, the one I'll use first, is the hand hook. It's not technically an event. It's an asset that has the text when this is in your hand, you may perform its ability and discard it instead of exhausting it. So its ability is fight. You get +1 for this attack. If you succeed, you may discard a card from hand to have this attack deal +1 damage. So I am using this ability. I will fight at 3, 4. It's giving me +1. Resourceful puts me at 5. I'll commit that. I'll put it here so I don't forget because it has text if I succeed. If you had any combat icons so that I was up by 4, we could, but I'm up by 3. That's pretty good.
I can. Yeah.
If you don't want to spare any, that's fine too.
I don't need combat icons for me. So
that's true.
If you need them, I'm happy to give them to you. So
yeah, I would take you up on it. That way, there's one less token in the bag that fucks me.
So I'll use my second copy of Great Wagner to give you 1 more combat.
Great. So that has me at 6-2.
Yep.
So here we go. And it's a bless. So, but I don't feel bad about hedging our bets there. No. And a -1. Okay, so fine. We are good. That so I do have to discard the other card. Oh shit! Wait. Oh no. All right. This is a new card to me. I have to discard a card from hand to do this. Let me. What I probably should have done was drawn a card first.
Oh,
and I could kind of retcon it if I had realized that, because this was very much my plan.
You knew you wanted to keep that card, right? Like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it does mean I'm not moving in and dealing damage to this, though.
Oh.
So either way, the plan didn't quite work as well as I thought.
I see.
Wait. Never mind. This is fine. Okay. This is fine. I'll discard it. I'll deal the damage. Defeat that.
Okay.
Because... that's right. I totally didn't forget about this and panic. I had it all in the bag all along. I played Resourceful into that, which is a skill card that says if the skill test is successful, choose a Survivor faction card not named Resourceful in your discard pile, return it to your hand. So I'll get it right back.
That's great.
After I've just discarded it.
Solid.
Okay.
All according to plan.
Finally, I triggered my ability, so that hand hook that I discarded will go under me and I draw a card. It was another copy of Act of Desperation. I was
good.
fine either way.
good.
Oh man, I am like literally sweating over nothing. Okay, that was my first action. So yeah, my plan is to go in and throw a fingerprint kit at a flesh eater, I guess. I could also shoot it with a Derringer, but I think I like the fingerprint kit plan best.
Cool.
So I'll move into the attic. Second action, which says, the smell of rotten meat assaults your nostrils as you approach the attic stairs. The bloody carcass of some sort of beast swings from a meat hook. Chained. Hey, I just used a meat hook. That's fitting.
Yeah.
A hand hook. Swings from a meat hook chained to the ceiling. The blood drains slowly from the carcass, dripping into a small barrel. To your surprise, a wooden ladder at the far end of the attic ascends through your roof to an even higher area.
Oh.
You forgot that you built this add-on to your house, I guess. Okay, it's got 2 clues on it. 3 shroud. And it says, Force, after you reveal the attic, put the set aside far above your house location into play. So I'll shift the parlor over here to get it out of the way, and far above your house is now adjacent to the attic if we want to go up that ladder.
Okay.
It looks like we don't need to in order to get the clues. There might be victory points there, but given how tight the time is feeling, I don't know if we'll have time. But
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm here, so the Flesh Eater engages me.
Okay.
I have 1 action left, and I will play Act of Desperation. As an additional cost to play this, choose and discard an item asset that takes up at least 1 hand slot from your hand or play area. I am going to discard it from my play area. Fight, you get plus X combat and deal plus 1 damage for this attack, where X is the chosen asset's printed resource cost. So that is plus 4. If you succeed and that asset was in your play area, gain gain X resources. So I will also get a refund on having played this card.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
That's a good card.
I'm attacking the Flesh Eater. I was at 3. This adds 4, so I'm at 7 to 4. I'm gonna again just be super cautious and put in this hand hook from under me and make it 8 to 4. Okay. Because our plan goes awry if we miss here. Tablet -2. If there's a ghoul enemy at your location, take 1 damage. There is, so that hurts.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But that's okay. That's okay. I have 3 health, 3 sanity left. 2 needs more than that. And it succeeded. So 2 damage to the Flesh Eater, and I gain 4 resources.
Oh, that did plus 1 damage too.
It did, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So all you need to do is come in and do 2.
Oh, yeah. No, okay.
That ends my turn.
I didn't know you were doing 2 rounds of plus 1 damage. That's sweet.
Yeah. I would have, if I had a card in my hand to discard instead of using my fingerprint kit from play, maybe I would have done that, and that, no, it still does the plus 1 damage. Never mind. Yeah. It was always gonna. Yeah.
So I will move over to you in the attic, help you out. And my second action, I'm going to spend 3 to play a machete.
Nice.
And now I will have to get rid of my special, but this gives me an action to fight. I get plus 1 might for the attack. If the attacked enemy is the only enemy engaged with you,
Oh yeah, you're not engaged with it. Yeah.
We're good. But it does do plus 1 damage if an enemy is engaged with it.
Right. By the way, when I killed the ghoul on you, I think you should have gotten evidence on your dissection tools. Isn't it when an enemy at your location is defeated?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, go ahead and level that up.
That's a good call. Thank you. Thank you. So my dissection tools is now fully leveled up. So it's giving me plus 1 evade, plus 1 might, and plus 1 sanity. It's
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Now that we're loaded up. So my third action is going to be to attack the ghoul in front of you.
You have a way to get 2 damage?
I do.
Love it.
I'm going to use the mask. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
9 to 4.
9 to 4. And let's get it. That's a bless.
You're at 11 to 4.
All right. Seems good. Cool. That's so -2, -1 because of the ghoul, right?
No, that is -2, and if there's a ghoul enemy at your location, take a damage. So you take a damage this time.
That's fine. Yep. I have so much health. That's the second damage I've taken.
Oh yeah, 2 out of 9. Oh man.
So this. Oh shoot.
Did you forget Vicious Blow?
Yeah.
I assumed that's what you were doing. Okay,
yeah,
no worries.
I have Vicious Blow in my hand, so the numbers are even better for me. But the important thing is that the Vicious Blow does
the extra point of damage.
Yeah.
Sweet. Flesh Eater's defeated. This will go to the victory display since it has a point on it.
Right. So this is going to go away. This is going to go away. But I have a ton of triggers. So the first thing is I am going to use Greet and have her take a damage, and I am going to use my ability to discover both of
Both
the
clues.
Yeah,
Love it.
because we need some gas here, so this is how we do it. I defeated an enemy at a location, so I will exhaust Ancestral Token and get 4 of these Blessed tokens back, right?
Yep,
4?
it's 4, yeah.
Great, so we're revitalizing that, and I'm already maxed out
Yeah,
here.
technically you get a 4th evidence, which some characters care about. There's an investigator that specifically likes to spend evidence tokens from like all whatever assets he has. Here you don't care, so you can just leave it at 3.
So we'll just leave it at 3, and I'll be satisfied with that. So we have a clean board, and that's all of my actions. So
Nice.
Good to go.
Well done. Okay, that plan went great. So we have all the clues we need, but we have to end a round in the hallway. So we're gonna have to kind of
we have to end it
take a round getting down there. Yeah, when the round ends, investigators at the hallway may, as a group, spend the requisite number of clues. So yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. Good to know.
But I think that'll probably be the plan next turn as we ignore the far above your house. As sad as I am to ignore, that is definitely like an addition to by the return pack. But we don't have time.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's not. We can't even get back from the hallway. We'd have to go back through the attic to the hallway.
And if I went in there with as long as my leg injury is still on me, it would take me a turn each. Each step would take a turn. So, yeah.
I think we gotta let it go.
Okay, this is going well though. This is going well.
I was really looking forward to what this new edition was. So
I know, me too.
Kind of
me too. I don't remember what's up there. Yeah. I think that there's multiple versions now of the attic and cellar. I think that it's like there's also set aside here. There's a deep below your house. We didn't have the random version of the attic that put that into play.
Got it.
But we did have the random version of the cellar that puts that into play. We did the attic, but yeah, no time. I don't think there's time. It's up to you. You do you on your actions.
I'm not feeling. I mean, we're actually doing okay there, but we still have like 2 of these left or one of those.
The problem, but we're at 2 out of 10, and there are multiple ways between the ancient evils in the deck and the ghouls in the hallway or parlor to have multiple doom. So I'm worried about time.
Yeah.
If you disagree, you are your own man. You can climb the ladder.
I think that's a good assessment that you're making.
But for now, I actually just went ahead and put a second doom on there, but we haven't done our upkeep yet, right? I need to gain a resource and draw a card.
It's true. Still cooking.
Ooh, that's a good draw. Okay. And I have 2 cards under George and 2 cards in my hand, so I'm good on hand size. This is ridiculous trying to play this game with a 2 or 3 card hand size at all times. It's tough.
You've only discarded like 1 card though. Like you've been doing a really good job, man.
I've discarded a lot of cards in the early game to that. Because after my weakness wiped out the like 4 cards that I had there, then I discarded my whole hand because my hand size was 0. It was it's a rough weakness.
Well, that was just the weak. That wasn't you. That was your weakness. That's not.
True.
That's
it was my
different.
What is the weakness actually? Like what's the flavor on there? Cast Adrift. That's pretty abstract.
Yeah, it's really abstract. Yeah, 100%.
All right. Anyway, if you're done with your upkeep, I already put the doom on there, so you can draw your encounter card.
Oh, great. Okay. Rotting Remains. Test 3 will. For each point you fail by, take a horror. I think we're just going to. This might not be bad. And then shuffles. You know what? No, we'll just roll. I'm okay with the horror. We're doing fine.
Okay.
So, and we got 1,000,000 blessed tokens in here. So.
Tablet is -2, and there's no ghoul enemy at your location, so no extra damage.
So I take a horror.
Okay. A horror seems reasonable.
That seems okay.
Yeah. You could even put that on Gret also.
Oh,
she has
she's
2
gonna
capacity.
go away. Yeah.
I mean, she's only gonna go away if you opt to send her away. But if you do, you'll be glad that you put the horror on her first.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. My card is an Acolyte of Umordoth. This is a humanoid, a monster, and a ghoul. It has 3 combat, 3 hit points, 2 evade. Its prey is the fewest cards in hand, which means anytime. So prey is anytime that there would be like a tie between like who does it move towards or something, it prioritizes its prey.
Okay.
It's kind of a lot of the time it's a kind of minor thing, but yeah. So
flavor keyword almost.
Sometimes, yeah. While engaged with an investigator with no cards in their hand, this cannot be evaded. Its dreadful mask conceals the true horror beneath. Okay. All right. Well, this is the same thing. So we really just need to deal with this and both go to the hallway this round. I can shoot it with my Derringer. I could probably do 2 damage that way, but I would maybe need you to do 1 damage with your machete before you leave.
Yeah. So if I try and engage it again, so remind me, it's just an action to have it come to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if it's the only enemy engaged, so I can do
Then you would do 2
damage
damage.
with
It has
2
3.
actions.
Yeah.
So I guess either way, yeah, whatever's more efficient, I would have to engage it to do multiple damage with it this turn.
Which if you were going to do that, I mean, I guess that's a little bit safer from the, like, skill tests are risky perspective, but you also could do that same damage by just hitting it twice without engaging.
Yeah.
You wouldn't charge a wolf mask, but,
Right.
yeah. I'm happy to get the killing blow on this if you can get 1 damage on it and then leave so that you're in the hallway.
Totally.
So why don't you go first?
Sure. So, all right. So my first action, I'll just swing at it with my machete. So it's 1, 2, 3, 7.
7 versus 3.
7 versus 3. I'm kind of okay with
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah. Only the auto fail can fail that. So.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just roll with that. This has gotten much more significant of a bag. 0?
0. You're
So
good.
deal
That's
1 damage
to it. Okay.
You feel good about dealing 2? You
Yeah,
want me to
yeah.
swing at it again?
I feel good about succeeding with my Derringer by 2 to deal the extra damage. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my second action will be, I don't even know. I don't have a great third action here. So do you have a good third action? Like if I attack it again, that would actually benefit you?
Only if you finish it off. Otherwise, I'm spending 1
Otherwise,
action
you have to
attacking it
do it
anyway.
anyway.
Yeah.
Would it save you a bullet? Is it worth it, or do you need the plus? Do you need the hit? The strength?
Oh yeah. I'm definitely using the Derringer.
Okay,
yeah.
copy that. All right, so I will move
Feel
over.
free to leave, and you could draw a card or gain a resource, or
I'm kind of
I guess
afraid
that's
to
about
draw a
it.
card.
That's true. You can just gain the
I
resource.
think I'm going to gain a resource.
Yeah, you've got a pretty slim deck with a lot of weaknesses in it.
Yeah,
Yep, that's valid. Okay, then I will take my turn. I will shoot it with my gun. I will use an ammo from the Derringer. To fight, I get +2 combat for this attack. If I succeed by 2 or more, this attack deals +1 damage. But I am going to... So I'm at 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put Crack Shot into that. Another card I wanted to try out from the new box. It's 3 wild icons, but only can be played into a skill test on a firearm or ranged asset. So I am at... What did I add? Now I'm at 8 to 3. So seems like good odds.
Yeah, I like that.
Bless, 10 to 3. Now I'm like very, very confident that I will succeed by 2 or more. Oh, and an Elder Sign.
Yeah.
My Elder Sign effect is +1 and draw a card, so I will take that.
Oh, that's good.
And throw that Bless away. Okay, well, that is 2 damage to the Acolyte. It's defeated. Oh, regular discard pile. That was my first action. I will move to the hallway. You know what? This card I think is not that useful. Let me, at the end of that skill test, I'm going to use my Artistic Inspiration. Oh, I don't actually exhaust it when I spend it. I'm going to basically add +1 to that skill test. It's useless, but it allows me to exhaust this and discard a card to replenish it. And I want to discard that card.
Oh, I see.
Because I can put it under myself and draw a card. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. These cards are alright. Oh, yeah, and I've triggered this so rarely, and maybe I've forgotten this once or twice, but after I discard 1 or more cards from my hand during my turn, so all the times that I've done it at the end of the round, it hasn't helped, but I can exhaust Lawrence Carlisle to gain a resource. So I'm at 10 resources. I'm pretty loaded.
Yeah.
That was an attack, a move. Now that I have 3 under here, better hand size, I will draw a card. Okay, that's my turn.
And now we're at the end, so now we can spend our clue tokens?
Let's see. We will do the upkeep phase because we need to go to the end of the round.
Copy.
Yeah.
Okay. So card first. All right. And resource.
I actually have to discard to hand size, but that's fine because I'm perfectly happy with this card going underneath me, and then I draw a card to replace it. So, not mad about that at all.
That's really good.
And it's our third doom. And then, actually no, before the third doom, it is when the round ends that tell us what happens when we break the barrier.
Using the barrel from the attic, you carry ice and snow from the cellar and hurl it at the barrier. The barrier sparks and shudders as it consumes the ice, then hisses and fades out of existence. The barrier blocking the passage into the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor.
I love how, like, it's this magical fiery barrier, and we solve it by, like, throwing some snow at it.
Yeah. Ice!
All right, we reveal the parlor, which said, you're unsure what would happen if you tried to cross the threshold of the strange barrier, but based on its extreme heat, you sure as hell don't want to try. I guess that was more relevant earlier. The parlor has a resign action. Resign, are you familiar with the resign action?
No, but I can assume it means we lose.
Well, this game doesn't use the words win and lose.
Okay.
You always advance in the campaign.
Oh, okay.
Well, with some rare exceptions. It's possible. Some campaigns have ways to end. It's not what would happen here. But you can resign, and it says here, it just says resign. This is too much for me. You run out the front door fleeing in panic. It's an action that removes you from the game. It eliminates you from the game, but it eliminates you from the game in a way that, like, if you get eliminated by horror or damage, you take trauma. This doesn't deal you any trauma. And then sometimes scenarios, actually, the objective at the end is for everyone to resign.
Oh.
Like, sometimes
like
that's
to
the
escape
goal.
a house or something. Yeah, okay.
This also has the text, while Lita Chancellor is not controlled by a player, she gains action parlay, test intellect 4. If you succeed, take control of Lita Chancellor. That's kind of gibberish. So why don't we see what the next act says?
Oh, we also...
there's more on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Put the set-aside Lita Chandler into play in the parlor.
There we go. Okay.
And
That's her.
spawn the set-aside Ghoul Priest in the hallway.
Oh boy. Okay. So, here's the Ghoul Priest. The Ghoul Priest is on us, so let's take a look at that first. This is what you might call the first ever boss in the game.
Yeah.
It has it's elite. So if you have any cards that, like, don't work on elite enemies, it won't work here. So that can be relevant. It has 5 times the number of players' hit points, 10.
Oh wow. Okay.
Its prey is the highest combat, so if it matters, it goes after you. Mm-hmm. It's a hunter. It has the retaliate keyword, which means that if you... I just realized the camera wasn't pointing at it. There we go. If you attack it and miss, it attacks you. And it would do 2 and 2.
If you miss.
Yeah,
okay.
If you miss, it attacks you. A figure in red robes wearing a bone mask. It gibbers and snarls before leaping to attack. Right here, this is actually a moment where the prey matters. Because it is spawning here, and it could engage either of us since we're both here, it's going to follow its prey and go for the highest combat, which is you. That does, replenish your wolf mask.
Get my wolf mask back. Cool.
And it's a 4 to hit, and that wolf mask might be useful.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Lita Chandler. She says, while you control Lita Chandler, she gains... Each investigator at your location gains +1 combat.
Okay.
And when an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster enemy, that investigator deals +1 damage. So she's like a +1/+1 to all attacks at her location.
Yeah.
But first, it's the parlor itself says that while no one controls her, she has this action that's a 4 intellect test to take control of her. So, and it's a parlay, which represents talking. So we have to go convince her, be like, come back here.
Come help.
help us with this son of a bitch. Yeah. So it seems like our roles here are pretty clear, where you deal with the Ghoul Priest while I go get Lita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go lawyer her back to us, please.
Right.
Help this get this process going. Let's make it go.
According to statute number 183B, if you have entered our house, you are required to help us defeat this Ghoul Priest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we do have a new act to read. So.
Oh yeah.
It is called "What Have You Done?" A woman with a torch stands in your parlor, a glimmer of hatred in her eyes. "What have you done to my barrier?" she screams, furious. Before you can answer, a ghastly wail sounds behind you, and a creature wearing robes and a deer skull mask tears through the wall, advancing towards you. So that's all the story of why those cards are there. The objective is, if the Ghoul Priest is defeated, we advance this act.
You said ghastly whale, and I heard WHALE, like the giant mammal. So I just pictured like this whale swimming through for a minute. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's your house. Don't ask me.
Is it coming out of the fetid bathtub? Is that where this whale is coming from?
Did we not find the aquarium room where you have whales?
That was in the cellar, and it's all frozen. I'm very upset.
Oh damn. Yeah. That's That's gonna set you back.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big problem. Big problem.
Okay, all of that was at the end of the round. I had made that note to self that I had added the Doom, right?
Yes.
So we just need to draw our encounter card still. So you've got one first.
Let's go there. Oh, what do we need to do here?
We have to defeat the Ghoul Priest. Defeat the objective.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, just I guess as a reminder, if we decide like we can't or shouldn't, everyone resigning, even though it's not a stated objective, is one way. There will be a resolution to the scenario in the campaign guide for that possibility. So
If we hit this, does it exhaust or it has to evade?
has to evade to not deal its damage in horror. Yeah.
So if we evade it, then it doesn't hit me back.
correct.
Seems okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. If it's exhausted from an evade, also its retaliate doesn't happen. Or was that your question?
No, but that's
So,
a good thing to know.
If it's evaded, if it's exhausted because you evaded it, it won't attack in the enemy phase, and you can safely attack it without it retaliating.
That's really good to know. Cool.
Okay, what'd you draw?
So I have Chill from Below, Hazard Revelation, test 3 Will. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from your hand.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna eat it. I don't want to spend cards into this, so if I lose cards, I lose cards.
All right.
Test 3 Will. I'm at 3. We have enough blesses too. Oh, -4. I am losing all 3 cards. I can't go negative, can I?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 cards.
Yikes.
Yeah, well.
Well, luckily you have a lot of stuff in play.
I have... Oh, never mind. I have one... Sanity is the... No.
Sanity
that.
is your horror threshold, yeah.
Okay.
Which if you take some hits from the Ghoul Priest, you might be glad you have. You're losing how many?
4.
Jeez. All right. Keep...
Oh, 3. Sorry, 3.
Keep... well, then, okay. Discard these 3. All right. Oh, man. A Vicious Blow. You probably didn't need another machete and maybe not the gun, so... But the Vicious Blow
Vicious Blow
yeah,
I really wanted.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
And my card is... the Zealot's Seal. So... 3 or fewer cards in hand. I take 1 damage and 1 horror. This is adding the hell up.
Horror is a problem.
Actually, wait. I have another copy of my ally in hand. I'm wondering if I want him to soak that in it so I can play my other one. What are my actions going to be? I can't move twice, so I can move, hopefully... That sucks. Oh, Lita, and this is something, again, this is not modern. In the later campaigns, allies that are important to the story would not take up an ally slot. This one does. So I have to lose my ally anyway if I take control of her. So I'm just going to put the 1 and 1 on him.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And then you also are taking 1 and 1 because you're down to 3 cards. Is that right?
What?
Oh, this is the one that affects everyone.
Crap. Yeah.
Each investigator with 3 or fewer cards in hand must take 1 damage and 1 horror.
That's fine. I'm okay with this.
Okay. So, yeah, it seems to me like you need to, however you want to go about it, you need to kind of handle the Ghoul Priest for a minute here while I go get Lita and I can bring her back here next turn.
Yeah, so I feel like I definitely want to evade, so I think I need to use my Wolf Mask at least once this turn to evade it.
Okay.
Just to help me get, so I'm 3 evade base, and then the Wolf Mask gives me +2.
Why don't you do that? If you're going to evade it, you could do that first and I can throw a card in to help too.
Even if you're, oh, yes.
Because I'm here.
Okay, yeah,
if you go first, so it's before I leave. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think that, and I can, yeah, okay, so I'll go first. The first action will be to evade. I am going to throw this in to help me along as well.
Nice.
The Eureka, which will give me the relevant icon here is +1 evade. And if it's successful, I can search the top 3 cards of my deck to draw a card and then shuffle the rest of my deck.
Love that.
So right now, when my deck is very dangerous, that might be okay.
So that puts you at just 4 to 4.
So
your mask will put you at 6. Okay.
So yeah, I will be at 5.
I'll commit resourceful. This gives you 1 more icon, and if you succeed, I get to get a card out of my discard pile.
Seems good.
Yeah.
So I'm at 6 to 4.
I think the Wolf Mask was +2, right? You were at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 4.
Oh, plus this too, actually. So 2.
No, I think I counted that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
Yeah,
you did. I did not. Oops.
Skull is -X. X is the number of ghouls. It's just the Ghoul Priest. You're good.
Cool.
All right, it's evaded.
So it's evaded.
So it exhausts and it actually goes back to the location. Like it's no longer in your threat area. Oh, which matters for the machete.
So then, I see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's still
fine.
probably the right call.
It also means it's going to engage me again.
Yeah, or you could. So that was your first action.
Yeah.
It's an option to spend an action engaging it now, which would cause your machete to do +1 damage and recharge your wolf mask. It would stay exhausted, so it still won't attack you.
Right.
That's up to you. You have 2 more actions. Did you? Oh, so I get my resourcul trigger, and you did Eureka.
Oh, yes.
Search the top 3 cards. It's a good way to get a card without hitting a weakness.
It is. It is.
I'm going to. Let's see. I'm going to need potentially intellect icons for that parlay. So why don't I take something like this?
Oh, okay. So I'll take this, and then these get shuffled.
Okay.
And that's searches, so it didn't trigger my... Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool. So this goes away.
All right. I'm feeling... So this ghoul in the hallway also, remember, means that we will be doing 2 doom per round. But I'm actually feeling better about our time here. We basically have 4 rounds to deal 10 damage to this thing. I think we can pull it off.
Is that because it's not engaged? If I engaged it, will it still add extra doom?
It will. Because it's still...
so that's
if it's engaged with you and you're in the hallway, it is still considered to be in the hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just going to end up swinging at it, and we'll just do it twice, I suppose.
Okay.
Because it's... doesn't make a difference?
Yeah, I mean, the engaging it and then hitting...
Just do that.
Engaging it and then hitting it would mean that the machete... You only have to take 1 skill test, like, for what that's worth.
Right.
It's it's in a way more and a way in less risky, because if you consolidate your damage to 1 skill test and auto fail,
Right.
it's worse than if you hit it twice and auto failed one of them.
True.
It's up to you.
That's true.
There's not an obvious correct answer here, I don't think.
Okay, I will, for now, I'm just going to try attacking it twice.
Okay.
I figure, well, I don't know what I figure, but that's what we're going to do.
Right,
We're gonna
okay,
attack it
so
twice.
its difficulty is 4.
4, and I have 4, 5, 6, 7
It's pretty good.
to hit.
Yeah.
0, so
Nice.
we hit.
Okay, that's 1 damage to
1
it.
damage. And then we will do it again. All of my things are defeated, so I don't have any fun triggers. And then my second attack is
Oh,
a bless.
And minus
Minus
2.
2.
All right, that's a second damage. 2 out of 10, pretty good.
All right. We're getting
Okay,
there.
so my turn is mostly clear. I am definitely moving to the parlor. I'll parlay her. I can't move back because of my leg injury this turn, which would have been
Did we
great.
actually spend our clues? I don't think we ever actually.
Oh, thank you. We
used
didn't discard our clues. Yeah, it's probably not like it's not an objective to get more clues, so it's probably not going to matter. But it could matter because there are some investigators or cards that care about how many clues you have. So, good habit to be in. All right, I guess I guess I just want to immediately try to parlay her so that I can try again if I fail. So it was a difficulty of it's printed on the parlor. Difficulty of 4. My intellect is 4 currently. I lost my ally that was giving me +1, but I have lots of icons I can put in. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna hit hand size here, so I might as well just go 8.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's really good.
This is a wild. I don't. I'll pitch. I'm not gaining any more clues this game, so I'll actually pitch this deduction from under me, I think. Okay, so 8 to 4.
Okay.
Bless. Into a -1. Okay. Very nice. I take control of Lita. Also, I love being how low my health and sanity we're getting that she can soak 3 and 3.
Yeah,
that's also very nice.
That's good.
Okay, I wish that I could move back this turn, but I am just going to drawing a card. I'm just gonna have to discard to hand size, but I guess it lets me kind of filter and pick the better one, so I'll draw a card. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
In the enemy phase, all that will happen is the exhausted enemy will ready, which then will cause it to immediately engage you. Anytime that it is ready, it will engage.
And I'll get my wolf mask back.
Nice. And then in the upkeep, we will draw a card, gain a resource, look out for weaknesses.
Back injury. There it is.
Okay.
We got one.
All right, what's that do?
Revelation. You must either put back injury into play in your threat area or take 1 damage and shuffle it back into your deck. It cannot leave play except by the 2 action ability below. You get -1 health.
Oh.
Discard a back injury. So
As an action to discard.
Yeah.
-1 health is hopefully not
yeah,
a big deal.
I'm not really worried about it. I'm just going to leave it in play and have a little bit less health. But I have 3 damage out of 9 health, so I still have effectively 4 health.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to discard to hand size, which is 2, so I will discard kind of everything that doesn't help fight the Ghoul Priest. These, I think.
Get $1 back.
And I can put one of them under George and draw a card. All right. Doom. So we're adding 2 Doom to the agenda.
2 Doom.
Because there is a ghoul in the hallway.
There is.
And you are drawing an encounter card. Maybe, if we can really wail on the Ghoul Priest, maybe your last one of the game.
Dissonant Voices. Put Dissonant Voices into play. I cannot play assets or events. That's actually okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I drew a Grave Eater. After Grave Eater attacks you, discard a card at random from your hand. It's a 2/2/2. I could probably shoot it with my gun. Lita will help, yeah.
Or Lita, okay.
Lita, yeah, get her name right. Come on, show some respect.
We're trying.
Okay, I should definitely go first so that ideally I move to you and Lita's buffs affect everyone at her location.
Yeah, I think you going first is good.
So I'm going to go ahead and just shoot the Grave Eater with my Derringer. I don't even need to succeed by 2 or more because she'll give me +1 damage since it's a monster. So I just have to worry about passing. So I'm at 3, 4, 5 to 2. And I can use Artistic Inspiration if I need to. And there's blesses in the back. I'm just going to do 5 to 2.
And she gets you +1.
Oh, thank you. 6 to 2. Right. Okay. I'm feeling fine then. And there's a bless anyway.
Yep.
And a Cultist is -1 if you fail, take a horror. But I'm not going to fail.
Great.
These blesses are feeling, because maybe it's because we're playing on standard difficulty, but I'm getting to, at least for me, I'm generally, also George is just good at committing cards, but I'm generally getting to be up by 4, and then the blesses aren't helpful. Which is a little anticlimactic about those being like helpful, but oh well. We can definitely upgrade your deck with some more cards that reward you for blesses if we want.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But first, we got to get some experience. So, Grave Eater's dead because I passed by 2, so I did 3 damage to it. Also, I should have removed ammo from the gun. That doesn't exhaust or anything, so I can come in as my second action. And here's the question, is do I want to attack the Ghoul Priest even though it's engaged with you? Probably. I can get, so I would be at 5. I can get a pumped up pretty high. So I think I want to. Then I'm hoping you can just machete it to death.
I'm into that.
All right, so I'll shoot my Derringer in your general direction. It is giving me 5 fight. Lita makes 6. I will commit a wild to get to 7. Or it's against 4. Yeah, again, I can pretty much... Oh, you know what? I have my Artistic Inspiration if I need it. I'll just go 7 to 4.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll save these for future needs. Okay. -1. We're good.
Sweet.
That did, I succeeded by 2 or more, and Lita added a damage, so I'm doing 3 damage.
3 damage?
Yeah.
Good deal. So we're halfway there.
Pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, I actually will go ahead and use my inspiration to add +1 to that uselessly so that I can discard a card I don't care very much about and draw a card and replenish it.
Seems good. Oh, and I get 3 attacks now, huh?
Yeah, you get 3 attacks, and since the Ghoul Priest is the only enemy engaged with you, and Lita's adding a damage, you're doing 3 per attack.
Yeah.
So we try to end it here. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we should have gotten greedy and
for real. I feel like we could still do it.
Well, yeah.
No.
If you want to evade that and sprint up there, I mean, be my guest. You would need to also have a way to get clues off of it. Presumably, there's like clues to get for an experience point.
Only if there's a monster there. Like, if there's a monster there, I could pull it.
I don't expect it to spawn anything when you enter.
No, I don't think it's worth the risk of, like, blowing in and trying to get it as much as I want to. It seems like it could go sideways.
But, hey, we'll make a note for next game that when we're on the fence about being greedy, maybe we'll be greedy.
We'll be greedy, yeah.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so I will attack that thing, this ghoul, the ghoul priest. I will use the machete. It's engaged with me, so I get +1 for the attack, and it will do +1 damage. So baseline 4, 5, probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
So
seems good.
Seems good.
Yep.
Seems good.
-4, but you're up by plenty.
Up by enough. So that's 3 damage.
3 damage. Yeah, it's at 8 out of 10.
Good.
All you gotta do is do that again.
I just gotta do that one more time, and I have 2 more attacks, huh?
2 more actions, yeah.
2 more actions. That's correct. All right. So. Okay. So I'll attack, and I'll use my hard-boiled.
Ooh, what's that do?
Max 1 committed per skill test, and it gains an additional, I think it's additional, right? A fist and question mark for each successful attack.
Wow, so that's adding +4 right there.
So that's a +4 card. Yep.
Yep.
With all of my other bonuses, I'll keep the Wolf Mask just in case something goes horribly wrong.
Seems good. You're up by 1 million.
Yeah, I'm up by 1 million, and this is a -2.
All right. You've done it.
We did it.
Okay.
So we kill the Ghoul Priest. That does 11 damage, which is more than its 10. It is worth 2 more victory points.
Yes,
for
we can
us.
throw that in the victory display, and that was our objective. So I guess it's not a fact yet that the game is ending, but the back of the final act often ends the game. So why don't you tell us what happens on the back of the final act?
When the robed creature falls, the fiendish swarm burrows back to the ground, and the chaos of the house quiets. But the stranger in your parlor doesn't seem relieved. You broke my seal that was set to trap the ghouls within, she raises her torch. Now, we must take more direct measures and burn this hell pit to the ground. The lead investigator must decide. It was never much of a home. Burn it down! This hell pit is my home! No way we are burning it! I've been rather attached to it through all these things.
Hear me out, though. Fire would thaw the whales.
Fire would thaw the whales. That's true. And I don't remember these additions anyway, so I think I've been duped. Launch an investigation. Burn it down.
You're burning it down?
Burn it down.
All right.
This hell pit is not my home.
And then when it says R2 here, that means proceed to resolution 2. The scenario is over.
Or R1. Sorry, I will say.
Oh,
R1.
burn it down is R1.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I used the flavor text.
Yeah.
But the other way. My fault. R1. We're burning it down.
Okay. So I am using the Arkham Cards app. We are proceeding to resolutions R1. Let's see. We're both alive. I tell the app because it's tracking our campaign. You nod and allow the red-haired woman to set the walls and floor of your house ablaze. The fire spreads quickly, and you run out the front door to avoid being caught in the inferno. From the sidewalk, you watch as everything you own is consumed by the flames. Come with me, the woman says. You must be told of the threat that lurks below. Alone, we are surely doomed, but together, we can stop it. In your campaign log, record that your house is burned to the ground. So the game remembers that.
Okay.
And the lead investigator earns the Lead a Chantler card and may include it in their deck.
Oh.
This card does not count towards your deck size, so you don't have to take a card out of your deck. That's an additional card.
Cool.
And so we are giving it to you.
Seems really good. It feeds into everything I do.
It's 0 cost also and soaks 3 damage, 3 horror.
It's really good.
Yep.
It's really good.
Very good. Yeah. The lead investigator suffers 1 mental trauma from watching their home become a smoldering ruin. So you do suffer mental trauma. That's 1 horror at the start of each subsequent scenario. And each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value of each card in the victory display. Remember to add eligible locations to the victory display. So we have the Icy Ghoul, the Flesh Eater, the Ghoul Priest for 2, that's 4, and we cleared the cellar for 5.
Cool.
And each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as they gain insight into the hidden world of the mythos.
Ooh.
So 7 total.
Seems like a lot.
That's especially, I was saying that the early campaigns in Arkham in this game are stingy. That is a lot. So
Awesome.
7's very good. Okay, that's it. That's the game.
Sweet.
Good game.
Great success, I think, overall.
Yeah. How'd you enjoy it? Getting dragged back into Arkham?
It was good. It's fun. It feels like something that's a very natural experience that's a bit different from a lot of other games, even things like in the Cthulhu mythos. This kind of handles all of these themes and interactions a bit differently in a way that I find very engaging. I always liked this kind of map aspect,
Right,
and having a mechanism that keeps it from the players. And I know you might know something about what's going on, but for me, it's all of this stuff are things that I'm not really familiar with. So there's the sense of discovery that I really like in any game,
Right.
And it's cool when a board game gives you that element, and it's a unique element.
And that's why I asked you to join as we got back into it on the channel, is that I think that discovery and that unknown is so, at least for me, so key to the fun of it. And I get some of that fun vicariously through you, right? By teasing you a little bit and making you make the decisions. There are certainly people who love optimizing, planning their decisions through a campaign and like trying to follow a certain route. And there are even some campaigns that kind of reward that with like secrets that you would have to have made. There's no way you could know in advance that you have to do this series of things to kind of like trigger something happening. But this is by far my favorite way to play it, is like with a team that is not going in like that is winging it and doing their best.
Yeah, like Cthulhu's all about like the mystery and the unknown, like these unimaginable horrors that you're going through. So to like, I feel like if you're going in like knowing what you're going to run into, and there's some randomness that you could add here. You said mention different locations, but like it's, I don't know, it feels more thematic if you just no idea. You're just going in, like, see what happens.
Yeah, and I do think this game being like a campaign game, it captures that unknown and that slowly unfolding realization and stuff that is core to the theme that I think a lot of like Lovecraft Cthulhu board games, even like the Arkham Horror board game, can't capture in the same way. It's like these are stories meant to be told in a slow plodding way. Like that's kind of what Lovecraft Horror is. And this game, I think that this is the only kind of tabletop, card or board game I know of that can kind of deliver that. Obviously, RPGs set in this in Lovecraft universe can accomplish that. But yeah, it's very cool. I was also pretty like, I hadn't played this scenario in years. I know I pointed out a couple things that I was like, oh, if this was a more modern scenario, it would have been a little different. But I thought it held up well. I had fun.
There's like some subtle differences. I remember in the first one, like I don't think you moved around as much in the beginning. Like you were stuck in a room or something like that.
You were. Yep. And the map in general was significantly smaller.
Yeah, and this like gives me that. I felt like I was more in the universe here than I was in the first one. And like,
agreed.
In the core box of Arkham, you're kind of really limited to it doesn't have this expansive of a map. And it like, that's one of the features of the game. So to have it not be like highlighted and present in the core experience is like, I don't get to experience one of the coolest parts of the game. So this is a much nicer redesign of that, I think.
And I was telling you this off camera, I compliment, to this day, it's like almost a decade old, but the original version of the scenario is one of the best kind of like tutorializations of a board game, a tabletop game that I've seen, in the way that by trapping you in one room, it narrows down your possibilities without it having like I was just watching a review of the kind of campaign fantasy game Iridia, and one of the criticisms that it had was that it has this long learn to play tutorial that is so handholdy and gives everyone a sheet that tells them how to take their first turns and all that. And those it's nice that games are trying to essentially kind of do video game style tutorials as a way of learning, but I don't think that they're very fun. And I think that this does that. It's not teaching you the rules, so you do have to know how to play. But it still starts simple and expands in a very, very smart way that remains fun, even in the small version of this. And then the fact that the Return to kind of fleshes it out into something that feels a little more like a real scenario is great too. And I know I'm hyping up this way out of print product. These Return to boxes, they stopped printing quite a while ago. So,
okay, got you.
If you're playing Arkham on Tabletop Simulator, you have infinite products. Otherwise, this is not a recommendation to go out and buy it, unfortunately. Don't pay hundreds for it on eBay, but it's a cool product.
And TTS can do a lot of that stuff as well. And it's a nice way to try out board games too. And like, if it might be worth trying to see if you would really enjoy it. And if you really enjoy it, go find it, figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And I've played a lot of games on TTS before I've decided whether I wanted to buy them or not.
Yeah.
Or like back them. Andromeda's Edge was a game I played on TTS and then I ended up backing it.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
I love it. Okay. It's so good.
I do love when games that are crowdfunding do like an official TTS mod or something. Have I been saying TTS this whole time? Tabletop Simulator.
You said it first. You said Tabletop Simulator and I ran with the acronym. So that's
all right. No, I was just making sure that I've spelled it out just so that we're not talking over anyone's head. But sweet. This was great. I look forward to continuing the campaign. It's just 3 scenarios long, or honestly, as I'm kind of trying to play some of the old content here, there are standalone scenarios that can be slotted into any campaign, so we could even throw one of those in. Make it a 4-part scenario if we want to. We'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, and I think next time, I appreciate you building the deck, but I want to upgrade some of my own stuff. So we'll chat about more of that too.
When I have played Arkham with lighter gamers, I have either upgraded their decks for them or I've presented them with very limited options. But no, I'll link you to your deck on Arkham
yeah.
DB. You can handle that. Yeah,
We'll get it sorted. You can
yep.
steer me in the right direction. As that, I'll figure out whatever seems cool, but sometimes it's not the best. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I mean, I can give you feedback if you want it, but also, part of me was wishing here that we were playing on hard difficulty instead of standard, because like the tests we had them pretty well, not trivialized, yeah, a lot of the time. Really, the only things we were struggling with was the willpower on the treacheries, but,
yes.
which we did get hammered by. But
I do think though part of that is we drew the ancestral token like turn 1.
We had a lot of blessings in the
right?
bag. Yeah.
So I remember at one point like there was only 3 tokens in here left, and like we were able to keep that going. So. But it was still very easy, and we were easy in the way that we were over exceeding skill checks. I feel like the feeling that we have might be being like exacerbated or elaborated on, or emphasized more because I drew this so early.
It's true. That's probably true. Although I think that I would agree with that, but for a little different reason, is that like I really enjoy blesses, but I was just to make sure because I had the tools. George gives you a lot of skill icons. I was going up to +4 anyway, which renders them basically pointless. Right, and so I was able to play. If you play on hard difficulty, there are a -5 and or -6 in the bag, and so it's that much harder to get to that point where like only the auto fail can screw you.
Yeah.
And then those blesses are a lot more kind of appetizing. So anyway, the reason I talked about difficulty was I was going to say I can give you feedback if you want it, but because I didn't feel like we had too hard a time, I could just let you do wrong things if I think they're wrong.
That's true.
I'll just let you do it.
Yeah. I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
And there is no wrong thing. I did not set out to optimize these decks either. Like,
cool.
I'm a person who likes to play some cards that I haven't played in a while, or from the newest set, just to play them. And so both of our decks feature some of those cards that are there for fun. And that is a benefit of standard difficulty, is that you don't need to optimize as much.
Yeah,
but
we could probably ramp it up a little bit if we needed to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm inclined to leave it the same for the campaign, and then if we want to play another campaign down the road, we could play it on hard.
Okay.
Definitely, and this is part of why it may be a good thing that they're doing that rotation where the game will be designed around a smaller pool of content, is because this is a 7, 8, 9, depending on whether you're talking about the original or the return box year-old scenario, and it was kind of balanced around a much more limited card pool. And even though I was not even setting out to build really optimized decks, I was still pulling from among thousands of cards. So they probably ended up a lot better than if you were back in the day with just the core set and maybe the first expansion after that you could have built. So
definitely.
Yep. But the next scenario, Midnight Masks, I think you said you've played this whole campaign once many years ago?
Yeah, whatever was in the core box experience I played through like maybe twice.
Okay.
Like I played it and then I'm like, this is really cool. I'm playing too many LCGs.
Sure,
I can't do it. I don't have enough time for another one. So I haven't gone too deep into it. But this is great. Like I love all of the space that this game opens up, and like having the years afterwards of that design space really being able to be explored is really cool to go back and like enjoy it.
Agreed. And then Midnight Masks like remains one of my favorite scenarios, so I'm excited to play it. The return version will add some variety and stuff too. It'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah, it's the scenario that really teaches you not to think in terms of win and lose in Arkham, and it does a good job of that. It's like I said, I admire the hell out of this core set campaign for the ways that without explaining things to you, it teaches you. It's very good. Yeah. Anyway, we've done a lot of explaining. We should probably call that a video.
We should. Yeah.
Thank you for the game. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks for having me on. I can't wait to go through more of the campaign.
Yeah,
see what we got.
My pleasure. I'm excited to have you back. Thank you for watching. Like I said 2 hours ago, if you would hit the like and subscribe buttons, we'd really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be back for more Night of the Zealot and other Arkham stuff, as well as tons of other games and discussions on Optimal Play. Yeah. Till then, be optimal.